We're getting into top 64 here. Well, you guys can see the timer, I guess. Prediction time? Yeah, let me do a prediction real fast. Hold up. Regional top cup prediction. That should do it. Ooh. Oh, no, it did happen. Yeah, player on the left win, player on the right win, overtime win. 55 minutes? Yeah, they give him 50. Oh, wait, it's not 75, though. I was like, that's more than we usually get, but that's not true. So it is Baxcalibur versus... I guess we don't know what the player on the right... Oh, I see a Sandy Shocks in the hand. I was going to say it could be Reggie Drago. Is it Reggie Drago? Yeah, it could be Reggie Drago. But it looks like it isn't Reggie Drago. Oh, wait, he forgot his prize cards. Wait, did they mulligan, though? That could actually be a problem. How many cards do they have in hand? Because why would you ever have an extra Pokemon on your bench unless your mulligan happened? Unless you're just throwing. Them having the Ogerpon on the bench makes me think that there was a mulligan. But maybe there wasn't. But if there wasn't a mulligan, you shouldn't put the Ogerpon on your bench. You're just throwing at that point. All right, here we go. Concealed cards. We're cooking. What are we looking for here? We just want Bidoofs, right? There's an Ultra Ball in the hand from what I can see. But you don't need a Bidoof. A Bidoof would just be nice. Oh, their hand is Double Superior, Chien-Pao, Ultra Ball. And then some cards. Maybe they rock the no Bidoof board state. Yeah. How many cards? I want to know how many cards are in the hand on the player on the right side. All right, Chien-Pao and pass. It's 1, 2. I don't think they did mulligan. I don't think there was a mulligan. But then why is there a... All right, so I mean they're just throwing by like opening, like they're just like playing poorly by like having the Squawkabilly in the active instead of the Ogerpon, probably. Unless they... No, there's no mulligan there. But it makes you think that there was a mulligan because like you should never bench a Pokemon unless a mulligan happened. Like, yeah. You should never bench a Pokemon unless a mulligan happened. Top 32? Wait, is this top 32 cash? Because at the top it says top 64. Or is that just like not... Is it supposed to say top 32? Motivate OP, bro? Nah, you're capping. You're capping. They got the Prime Catcher, though, so they can kind of be cooking here. It is top 32? Okay, okay. So they just messed up. They should probably use the Pokestop first because they have the Palpad. So if they milled a Sada, then they could recover it. But they are just going into the Squawkabilly. No Pokestop used yet. Also, they didn't get Greninja, so I'm assuming Greninja's Prime. What? What? They're just trolling. They just didn't get Greninja, and then they just drew into it, bro. What a sack. Yeah, they definitely should have got Greninja. Probably used Pokestop before using Billy. Got Greninja, used Pokestop before using Billy. And then... Got Greninja off the Nest Ball, then used Pokestop, so you could Palpad back out of the Humility. Oh, they're going to the Iono. They're not even going to use the Poke... Do they even see the Pokestop there? Because they could have hit a Vessel, and they still could have made this turn work. They're definitely trolling for that. Well, they got a lot of energy, but they're not going to be able to take a turn one knockout here anymore now. And they did give the Chien-Pao player a fresh hand to work with as well. And now their Chien-Pao is just in the active for them as well. Yeah, these are some questionable plays on the Raging Ball player side. You definitely should have used Pokestop there. Definitely should have used Pokestop there and try to get off a turn one attack. But now they just like conceded to not doing a turn one attack, which is just not correct. Pokestop was Vessel plus energy as well. Was it? Was that what the top cards were? They got plenty of energy to work with now, but definitely some questionable. Nah, definitely some throwing. Let's call it how it is. Definitely some throwing here from the Raging Ball player. I appreciate the 2 months there, Dan Song. 2 months sub to the man, the myth, the legend, Azul. Awesome work with the content. Looking forward to participating in the TCG circuit in 2025. Appreciate it, Dan. And appreciate the 5 gifted as well. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the pack. Connected, Dad, Mega, Hazar, Alolan, and Emily. Welcome all to the pack. Got plenty of throws, but we're all out of ketchup. Maybe the Pokestop is nervous. Maybe. All right, going a little bit further here. Here comes the Vessel. I mean, probably just going to go grab like a fighting and a lightning energy and attach to the active or something. They are playing a bug catcher build here, or was it called bug catching set? Or what it's called? I'm pretty sure it's called bug catching set. So they are playing the bug catching set build here. Here we go. There's the grabs. And they're probably just going to see an attach active. The hand looked pretty good, so I don't think we're going to see like any kind of discard your hand, draw 6 here at all. So it's probably just going to be an attach active and pass. But this does open up the opportunity on the Chien-Pao side to get the first KO. We'll attach to the bench. I don't hate that. It's a little bit conservative. Be a little conservative here. But if the Chien-Pao player does get the first KO here, you're in trouble for sure. And yeah, going in with the Shivery Chill. 3 superiors on the bottom. Was there 3 superiors in that hand? No wonder they didn't want to Ultra Ball. They got bailed out so hard with that Iono. They got bailed out so hard with the Iono. Just insanely hard by the Iono. Just insane. If the Raging Bolt player had just went for the aggressive line and like hoped that the Pokestop worked out and then hit the play, which they might have hit the play there, like the Chien-Pao player would be in a terrible spot. So just 1 Bidoof off the Poffin. I'm assuming that means that there's a Bidoof prize because double Bidoof here makes sense. Can I think of a reason why you wouldn't want double Bidoof here? Double Bidoof makes sense to me. I think there's also an Irida in the hand here. Can't tell though. It looks like a full art Irida. Here comes a heavy ball. So if there is a Bidoof prize, we can get it now. Want to set up the double B barrel. For the way the board state is currently playing out, this is definitely a 2-2-1 board. 2 B barrel, 2 fridge / backs, and the Greninja. There's the B barrel grab. Looks like there's a boss's orders prized, which isn't a huge concern right now, but towards the late game it could make a difference. If they're probably one of the highest priority cards to get out of the prize cards. Pokestop has not been used yet. I do see the Irida in hand. Concealed cards happening first here, though, getting rid of a lightning energy. There's 3 water in hand right now, so we don't quite have the KO on the active, but we're close. Super, super close. Still has Pokestop to use. Goes into the Irida, though, so might just have the knockout in hand here. I don't think you don't have to use the Pokestop here. If you can avoid it, you might want to avoid it, but does want the KO here. Goes for the Vessel, so that means they must have Rare Candy in hand here then, for sure. Otherwise, they should have used Pokestop beforehand. Yeah, I wonder if it's just kind of correct to use the Pokestop here. You don't have to. You have I see an Ultra Ball in hand as well, so you have Ultra Ball for B Barrel next turn. There might even be a B Barrel in hand as well there. I maybe even saw a B Barrel in hand. So they might just have like everything. They definitely have Candy knockout for sure. Otherwise, this makes no sense to play it this way. So I'm assuming they got that Candy KO. They got the energy. Comes the Candy. They got the 4 energy to get the KO here. Like I said, they got follow-up as well. They should bench this Bidoof. They should really bench a second Bidoof. Bench the Bidoof. Come on, you can do it. Bench it. All right, cool. You could use Pokestop here as well. Honestly, I'm not sure about Pokestop. They are going for it. Yeah, get the Prime Catcher. They lose a Baxcalibur, which does open up like an opportunity for the Raging Bolt player to just go Gust KO Baxcalibur next turn, to be honest. I think like the best play here on the Raging Bolt side is probably Gust KO Baxcalibur. You're so far behind at this point. I feel like just going through the active. I don't know. You did get the Tool card. You know, you got that little bit of extra HP to work with. I don't know. With the Baxcalibur being milled there, I kind of like the idea of trying to go Gust KO Baxcalibur. And they don't need to play Asada to actually attack this turn. So they could theoretically boss. Prime Catcher is also a possibility. Ended up with a set and a switch cart. I don't see a Gust in hand though, so they're gonna have to go through the active here. I can't tell what that card is behind the fighting energy in their hand. Prime Catcher used. Oh, that's true. They used Prime Catcher turn 1. Bit of grass off the set, but not too much to work with. Oh well. Is it correct to go on odd prizes here? You don't want to go on odd prizes, but when you're behind in the two for 2 prize trade, like you have to do something. And if you KO the Baxcalibur, it's possible they just can't attack next turn. So it's like then that gives you another turn to work with to then go after like another piece of their setup or something, and then play towards like an Iono on a following turn or something. But just going through the act, like Chien-Pao, like when Chien-Pao draws the first 2 prize cards, Chien-Pao's easiest win condition is for just to go back and forth 2 for 2. Like it's the easiest way for them to win the game is just go back and forth 2 for 2. So Chien-Pao wants you to go KO their active with the 2 prizer, so they can just KO your active with the 2 prizer, and then just repeat the process. Oh, we still have concealed here. Nothing much though. Yeah, it is just gonna be a KO on the active here. It looks like. I'm asking because I assume Bolt doesn't play much Gust. I mean, they play a decent amount of potential Gust. Like, they play usually like 2 boss and a pal pad plus a prime catcher. So it's like possibly 5. That's like possible of like 5 Gust effects. Of course, usually the way things line up and how you draw cards, you're probably not going to get access to all 5 throughout a game, but it's not too hard to like Gust 2 to 3 times throughout a game. Their prime catcher is gone. Depending on the Billy, kind of whatever. I mean, it could matter, but probably not going to be a huge deal. They do make some bench space here, though. I assume they're gonna go get another Grass Ogre Pawn. So it's like kind of cool, you know. You may as well do this play, but it doesn't like really add a whole ton to the turn. You still have your board is still full of 2 prizers, so not gonna make a big difference on that front. There we go again. Draw another card. Iono could be a big card, to be honest. That could be a big card, but in the current situation, you're not going to be able to even play Iono on the next turn because you whiffed a Sada this turn. So to attack with a Raging Bolt next turn, you have to Sada. And because you have to Sada, you can't Iono, which means you just kind of set up the prize exchange for your opponent. I do like the grass discards here, though, on the Raging Bolt player side, because you basically know if your active Raging Bolt gets KO'd this turn by a Chien-Pao, you probably just lose. So just going ahead and leaving your energy on your active, I kind of like, actually, so you could maybe set up for an Iono play next turn. So I don't hate this choice from them, to be honest. Super Rod's coming in. The Chien-Pao, they probably should have used Pokestop first. So that's probably this definitely is a mistake here from the Chien-Pao player. You definitely should have ripped Pokestop first here, for sure. Just rip stop, see what happens, then Super Rod, progress from there. They are going back in with the Nest Ball to get the Chien-Pao. They are just a superior energy retrieval away here from getting the KO because they have the Shiver Chill to work with. They have an Ultra Ball in hand, a Prime Catcher, and it looks like an Irida. Yeah, definitely. Actually, the more I think about it, the worse of a mistake it was to not rip Pokestop because I do just kind of want some item cards in the hand to be able to use with that Ultra Ball. Be able to go find a B-Barrel. They do have concealed cards to work with here still, though. Oh, only 1 water in the deck as well. I almost think they probably should have recovered 2 water then with that Super Rod to Shiver Chill for 2. So because you need 4 from a superior, plus you want to concealed cards, plus you want to attach. So they should have just not got back Excalibur there, and they should have actually recovered 2 water energy. I just kind of assumed there would be another one in the deck, but there's not. So it's definitely a mistake there to not recover 2 energy. There's another Super Rod in the hand, though, so they could have done it. But now they're going to Ultra Ball away this Super Rod. But we could have sequenced this so much differently if we just started our turn by using Pokestop. Like, if we just start our turn by using Pokestop, that can, like, dictate how we want to sequence out the rest of this turn. I'm trying to think, like, the best way to explain that. It gives us, like, I don't know, just gives us something to work with. Oh, I guess we do have the KO here, though. We got the Irida in hand. I didn't see we had Irida. So we have Irida plus dead card, and then we B-Barrel for 3 or 2, and then Superior 2 away. I don't know. Still should have started with the Pokestop use there. Now we don't even have to use Pokestop this turn at all if we don't want to. But we did have the guaranteed knockout, I guess, the whole time. I didn't see that we had the Irida in hand there, but Irida does equal Superior, which is enough. We don't have to use concealed cards in that case then. We do lose the Super Rod to the Ultra Ball from the B-Barrel, but that's not that big of a deal. Because we should have like everything we need in the deck to win the game at this point. We don't really need that much more. I appreciate the 18 months there, McSun, and the 12 months, Max Rock. All right, yeah, Superior for 4, Refrigerant Hands, and yeah, now it's just another 2 prize knockout next turn. And so I was saying, like on the Raging Bolt side last turn, ideally you do want to like KO back Excalibur or something, try and be disruptive. Because KOing the Chien-Pao is like technically disruptive, but you need to be more disruptive than that to like have a chance to win this game, most likely. I think KO and Chien-Pao. And now we're going to the Pokestop. Hey, that's a pretty good Pokestop use there, though. Like I said, we probably should have used it to at the beginning. The first thing we should have done on our turn was use Pokestop, but that's not bad. Now we get second B-Barrel setup. Now the game is like 100% over. Double B-Barrel setup. The only way to respond to this Chien-Pao is with a Raging Bolt on the next turn, which means there's a 2-prizer in the active, which is right where Chien-Pao wants a 2-prizer to be, is in the active. So, yeah, game 2 is going to be coming up quickly here. You appreciate the 3 months there, King of Snoms. I guess the only other thing we'd want this turn would be like getting extra energy in play. I mean, getting extra energy in play doesn't even matter here though, because they can't Iono and knockout this turn. trying to like just like think of I'm trying to come up with a play here for the Raging Bolt side of things. But there just literally is no play. They're even thinking about setting up the Ogre Pawn, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't know why we're setting up Ogre Pawn here. Unless we plan on playing Iono, but playing Iono doesn't do anything. Definitely some poor sequencing here. There's no reason to play 2 superiors at once. You know, start with one, use it, go into the second one. I mean, they are going to use a lot of Ogre Pawns here, but possible we should start a sequence here with Pokestop as well. Maybe not. Maybe the Vessel away the Squawkabilly for sure. We don't need the Squawkabilly anymore. I don't know if there's any energy left in the deck. I guess it'd be the only question here, of course, but if there is, we definitely want to start a sequence like this. Okay, there is. And like I said, I don't know if we want to start our sequence with... It depends on what's left in terms of items. We might want to start our sequence with Pokestop here. Because we are trying to find Sadas. So if we could find items on Pokestop to thin out our deck of non-Sada cards, or hit Palpad, which would then put a Sada back in our deck. Increase our odds of the Ogre Pawns hitting Sada. Alright, here we go. Dual card is nice. I guess it will require that one more energy on the Chien-Pao side. There's the Sada. So we now are attacking this turn. Squad is getting hella loaded up here. But once again, it's probably not going to matter. Enhanced Hammer is found. But yeah, it just has to be Sada. Oh. Like, eyeing up the grass energy. Yeah. I mean, it has to be Sada. There's no other play here. You just got a Sada. And this is another thing with, because someone mentioned earlier in chat going on odd prize cards. This is another thing with going on odd prize cards earlier than later. When you knock out the Chien-Pao here, if the Chien-Pao player can't win the game on their turn, they just won't bench a 2-prizer. And they'll be like, okay, progress through my turn. I whiffed. Okay, pass with no 2-prizer in play. And the Bolt player can't win the game anyways. So that's why going on odd prize cards on that first attack from the Raging Bolt player isn't a bad thing, because the Chien-Pao player can always at any point during the game just be like, well, I'm just not going to put down a 2-prizer this turn. Even like last turn, if the Chien-Pao player didn't get the KO on the Raging Bolt, they just don't have to put a Chien-Pao in play, and they can just pass with Greninja and they're active. So nothing is forcing them to leave a 2-prizer in play for Raging Bolt to win the prize trade. So when Raging Bolt is like behind in the prize trade in that kind of situation, with how set up the Chien-Pao player is, now that is like a caveat to it as well. Like if the Chien-Pao player like barely put the attack together, then knocking out the active Chien-Pao could definitely be worth it. But they pretty comfortably put it all together there. So because of that, you definitely want to ideally have gone Gust, KO, Excalibur. But I assume it's going to all come together here on the Chien-Pao side, and they're playing already really, really fast, so I think they probably already have it. I think they might have another Super Rod in hand. So if they have Super Rod in hand, they do just have game in hand already. We'll see. Yeah, I see the Super Rod. It's hard to tell because everything's gold, but I'm pretty sure it's in there. They'll be able to retreat the active, and then Super Rod some energy back to the deck, and then Shiver Chill back into play. They ever killed the Chien-Pao? Did they discard? Did they? I thought they discarded 4. They also had to pay 1 to retreat as well. Okay, there's a 5. There's a knockout. All right. Game 1 to Chien-Pao. And going into game 2, I think you definitely want to go second as Raging Bolt, because you don't want to give Chien-Pao that extra turn of like setup to work with. Yeah, going second in this matchup seems best, because Raging Bolt's going to attack on that first turn no matter what, whether they go first or second. They're going to be the initiator, so you may as well have like a possibility of like playing Irida to like set yourself up to be able to respond to their board state better. And it's not, I guess like the one thing about letting Raging Bolt go first, it could allow them to get into like a Sandy Shocks knockout initially, which would be kind of annoying to get over, to be honest. So by going first is Chien-Pao, but if you, I don't even know if that makes a difference though, to be honest. Yeah, I don't even know if that makes a big difference, to be honest. I think you just go second in this matchup. I think you just go second. I could see like an argument for wanting to go first to make it harder for them to pull off the Sandy Shocks play, but I don't even think it makes it that much harder to pull off the Sandy Shocks play, to be honest. I think you just go second in this matchup. But we'll see what the Raging Bolt player thinks on their because they will get to choose first versus second here after they finish pile counting. We'll let them cook. Will they do the? We need to come up with like a term for it. Okay, they're just stacking them up. The forbidden. We need to come up with a name for it. When someone like picks up like 2 piles. Oh no! You can't do that though. Just immediately passes it a pile count and pass. Dude, what? That's egregious. Banned. They're banned. Get them out of here. My goodness. That's worse. Honestly, what they just did was worse than what I was about to describe. What they did was worse than what I was about to describe. What I was going to describe is when people like pick up, they pile count to 6 piles and they pick up 2 of the piles and shuffle them together. Then they pick up another pile and shuffle those together. My goodness. Okay, well, was it draw pass? Or did the Raging Ball player pick first? I can't tell, actually. Because it looked like the Chien-Pao player, like, passed it over with their hand. I actually can't tell who went first in this game. I'm not sure. Bolt first? Bolt first, okay. That was the most egregious... that's the most egregious thing I've ever seen. All right. Well, yeah, Raging Bolt's going first, it looks like. Chien-Pao is buddy in hand. Okay, so Chien-Pao definitely did not go first. They got rid of their Sandy Shocks there. Looks like they might have another vessel to work with. They do. Okay. Their hand did not look that good. We'll see. Tord does the pile shuffle, then shuffles the separate piles together. Wait, actually? Ooh! Come on, Tord. Unreasonable. There's a Pokestop in hand as well. Going to the draw 1. There's a Raging Ball. They can attach for turn there. Honestly, they probably should have bug catching set it before using the Ogre Pawn there, because they had that in hand. They could have definitely done that. No hits? Literally 0 hits? He has to, bro. Played like 41 ofs. Wait. What are you defending with that statement, Can't? Fully explain. Make a longer statement. Tord law? Wait, Tord law what? Alright, Poffin coming in from Chien-Pao. We need the fridge. We need double fridge at least. And then ideally we'd look for some Bidoofs as well here. And Greninja and stuff like that. Are you defending Tord pile shuffling because he plays 41 ofs? So what would you do if your opponent pile shuffled after a deck search? I say you can't do that. And then I'd call a judge if I had to. Tord law, enough said. Yeah, I would not allow my opponent to pile count on a deck search. All right, so they pop him for double Bidoof. I assume this means they have access to double Frigi here. Citizens arrest them on the spot. Yeah. Just mash better. What does 41 have to do with piling? Absolutely nothing. Can we address Jason's prizes? Wait, what is Jason's prizes? Oh, I don't know. I mean, they're laid out. That's how I lay out my prize cards. But I guess like for the stream match, they should be a little bit cleaner, right? Oh no, what's in Jason's prizes? Oh wait, is there double fridge prize? Is that why that happened like that? All right. Well, if this Poffin does not go get another fridge back, there's definitely double fridge prize, right? It's not even a question. Could be. Yeah, well, yeah. If there's not another Frigibax bench here, there's definitely double Frigibax prize, like 100%. You never don't bench double fridge here. There's too many things that you just like get set back a turn by. I don't know if the punish. I don't know if the. I don't want to. What's another word for punish? I don't know if the counter. I don't know if the. I don't know if that plays available on the other side though. not really a punish. Jason didn't prize 2 Frigibacks on purpose. Yeah, I don't know if the play is there though. Yeah, it's just a pass over. Lone Fridge, but there's no boss in hand, and I don't think there's a way to find boss in this situation. We're drawing 1 card here, but that could never. This will never lead to Gust plus energy to attack with. Oh no, no, it can never lead to that. It can never lead to that. All right, Sada. So we need Prime Catcher. The only out is Prime. No Prime. So the Lone Fridge lives, hanging on by a thread there. Can exploit it. Oh yeah, good. That's a good. Exploit's a good word. There's got to be another word that's better than exploit though. Exploit sounds good. It's a good one. Yeah, exploit. Is exploit the best word? I feel like there's probably a word that's better than exploit, but exploit's a good one. Take advantage. Take advantage of. Let's go take advantage. That's probably better, right? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to take advantage of the single. We're not able to take advantage of the single Frigibacks here. Wait, actually no, they still could. Capitalize. Ooh, capitalize. That's a good one. Yeah. Oh. I don't think. How do you say that? Shiko? I don't think Shiko is going to be able to capitalize on the solo Frigibacks here. Yeah, it's just going to be a KO on the Iron Bundle, which you do want to. Well, actually, hold up. No, because the Iron Bundle can always leave play. I was like, what if we just don't KO the Iron Bundle here? Then they're stuck with a board where they can't have a second Fridge and a Chien-Pao play. But you can just retreat and get rid of the Iron Bundle. So, not a big deal. And they have retreated now. So, they can't, even if they got Prime Catcher here, they couldn't use it. So, it is a whiff on the Lone Fridge. Unable to capitalize on the double prized Frigibacks here. Capitalize. Yeah, capitalize is definitely the word. Kohler, I'm going to time you out because I know you're trolling. Oh no, see, now you got Akko going. Oh, just went with a roar. Okay. Like I said, this doesn't actually do that much because the Iron Bundle can just be retreated and then utilized to make room for a Frigiback. So, does end up just going for the roar. Also, on Jason's side, if Jason can just find Heavy Ball, Jason doesn't actually need to take a KO this turn. Jason can just go Heavy Ball for Frigibacks, bench pass. And then Jason is still in a 100% fine board state. You would maybe want to retreat the Iron Bundle and use it, to be honest, just to get it off your board. Because if Shiko can bench Greninja on this next turn, then if you use Iron Bundle, the Greninja is just going to get pushed. So as Jason here, you ideally want to get second Fridge through Heavy Ball, at least. And then if you can just get Iron Bundle off your bench, you don't actually have to take a KO this turn. For sure. Yeah, here comes that B-Barrel for 5. Oh. Chill. All right, what do we got? What do we got? I see Irida, I think. Dude, I can't tell because... No, it is. Okay. I'm getting used to, like, looking for that full art Irida now. I'm getting used to it. What are we going for? There's the Heavy Ball. We don't, like I said, you don't have to go any further than that, though. If you can get the KO, you should go for the KO. But if you can't get the KO this turn, you can just chill this turn. The way the Pride Trade will work out in this matchup from here on out, does go for the Chien-Pao. And like I said, we probably at least want to get this Iron Bundle out of play. Because if we have to get the Iron Bundle out of play next turn, it could lead to a Greninja getting pushed up. But the KO this turn is theoretically still possible. Even if probably unlikely at this point. Yep, I see the Frigibacks in there. I think I see second B-Barrels in there as well. Okay, so also the second B-Barrel is also prized. That's not good. I guess they could be playing a 3-3 B-Barrel line, but I don't think they are. Maybe a 2-3? They're going with the concealed cards. Okay, we definitely want to retreat this Iron Bundle. Retreat the Iron... No, retreat the Iron Bundle! Okay, so now... On the... Now this opens up a play here for the Raging Ball player. They can get Greninja on the bench and then Gust KO Frigibacks. And then if you want to use Iron Bundle to make bench space for Frigibacks and Chien-Pao, then Greninja gets pushed up and you have to worry about that. If you can ever hit for only 240 here, do you? Nah, because of switch card. You don't want to get switch carded. So yeah, the attach to the Frigibacks is bad. We should have gone retreat Iron Bundle to Frigibacks and then use Iron Bundle. Or even Greninja, depending on like the composition of the hand and the deck and stuff like that. But now we can go Gust KO Frigibacks here. That's the play. Also, Gust KO B-Barrel is also pretty good here, to be honest. Gust KO B-Barrel isn't bad. Yeah, but can't card heal out of ninja range. That's fair, Jake. That is fair, yeah. Are we sure the Bolt has Greninja available? Not 100%. It could be prized. They did just Nest Ball for another Ogerpon instead of Greninja, so the Greninja's maybe is prized here, to be honest. But if it's in the deck and they got an Ogerpon instead of the Greninja, that's definitely a throw. There it is. Dude, what are you doing? Why don't they just get the... Well, it was in there. Could have seen more cards. Chose not to. Here we are. KO in an Iron Bundle. Also, we want a boss this turn. I don't know if a boss has been available throughout this whole sequence. Like, we don't want a KO Iron Bundle. But with that as well, we also want to end up with a Greninja on our bench. I see Penny. I see Sada. I see Iono. I don't see boss. We could Iono or Sada into Prime Catcher still. But if we don't have Greninja on our bench, then Iron Bundle, like, makes space. And we're pushing up a 2-prizer. So, I don't know if we're going to fully be able to play around that. We could have, though. We had Nest Ball and got a Pawn instead of a Greninja. Penny. All right. I mean, I guess it's okay. Just drawing one more. One more. E-Hammer. It looks like we're just conceding to not attacking the... not gusting here. But now that we're knocking out Iron Bundle, putting Greninja in play doesn't matter as much. But we should have played towards that. Like the beginning of the turn from Chico here. Now they're just passing. Oh, this works though. Actually, this works. This works here from Chico. Because if you retreat the Iron Bundle to Iron Bundle, you can't retreat into Chien-Pao. What? They can still Prime Catcher though. They could still Prime Catcher. So it's not completely locked out of the game or completely locked from being able to attack this turn. But this play is still definitely just worse than trying to find Gust plus bench your own Greninja, KO Fridge off the bench. So it's still worse than that. But the Prime Catcher is prized, isn't it? Isn't the Prime Catcher prized here for Jason? I'm pretty sure it is. So this does make things a little bit awkward. But it does make things a little bit awkward, but Jason could just sit here and start manually attaching to Iron Bundle and then eventually start attacking with Iron Bundle. So it doesn't really do that much. And I think that's what we might see here from Jason. It's just like, well, I'll attack with Iron Bundle eventually. Or he's just going to retreat. Okay, now it's set up to be able to use the Iron Bundle. Instead, it's going to go this route. Now can use the Iron Bundle. Oh, no, wait, this makes way more sense. Just retreat the Iron Bundle. But I guess Chico could just gust up the Iron Bundle again. But that's just like a waste. If you're going to gust it and not KO it, then like eventually Baxcalibur just wins. So from Chico here, you still want to do the exact same play. Bench Greninja plus gust KO for Jabax. You still want to do that exact same play. You definitely want to bench Greninja. You could also gust KO B-Barrel, to be honest. Gust KO B-Barrel wouldn't be terrible. That would also be fine. But one or the other. Gust KO B-Barrel. But you always want to bench Greninja here so Iron Bundle can't leave the bench. But they are just going for the Raging Ball knockout. Now Iron Bundle can leave the bench. See, this is why you don't want to... This is why you need to bench Greninja as soon as possible. Now Iron Bundle can just cleanly leave the bench and create more bench space for better Pokemon. Because the Chien-Pao just needs to knock out 2-prize Pokemon. That's all it needs to be concerned with. If it gets a 2-prize KO, you're winning the game. If it doesn't, then you're in trouble. But it is going to get a 2-prize knockout this turn. I guess you don't have to Iron Bundle this turn as well. But as Jason here, you should Iron Bundle just to get it off your bench. You just don't want Iron Bundle in play. Because if Chico benches Greninja next turn, then all of a sudden Iron Bundle's stuck in play and you can't set up like second B-Barrel. So we should use Iron Bundle this turn while Iron Bundle guarantees us a 2-prize knockout. So still, it should be used here from Jason. We'll see what Jason goes for. Is there a candy in that hand? I assume so. Comes the Super Rod. Definitely want the Bidoof. They maybe need to grab a water here. Axe and water. And they have the Vessel in hand. So the Vessel should lead to enough energy to KO anything here. Booster on benched Bolt. There's a booster on the benched Bolt, yes. A Vessel away a water. Twice to get 2 water. They have 5 water in hand? I thought they had 4. I guess we'll see here. Maybe they need to find 1 more water? You could have just not gotten rid of the water, and then you would have had 5. Maybe I miscounted. I'm counting 4. Oh, they have a Superior in hand, so they can They could load up 4, draw with B-Barrel, then use Superior. It feels like they're going to use the Superior first, which I guess... Oh, we haven't used concealed cards yet. Okay, this seems fine. Yeah, you could get rid of 1 water plus the Ultra Ball. Okay, this makes sense. Once again, they still should use the Iron Bundle here. Like, Iron Bundle should get used here. Please use the Iron Bundle. One time. No! Alright. We'll see if the punish happens, though. All we gotta do is bench Greninja on Chico's side to, like, punish the lack of the Iron Bundle use. And then this actually allows us to go, like, Iono, Gust, KO, B-Barrel at some point as well. Because now Jason will be locked to 1 B-Barrel, theoretically. Because you won't be able to use Iron Bundle, because then a Greninja will get pushed up. Or if you do use Iron Bundle, I guess you could Iron Bundle twice, to be honest. Oh, there goes our Greninja. Never mind. Which could have already been on our bench, though. We could have Nest Ball for Greninja 2 turns ago. There isn't a punish. He just hands the Ninja. Oh, that's true. I guess you could just hands the Ninja. It does force the hands, though. Attacking with Chien-Pao is usually easier than attacking with hands. But that is fair, I guess. You could just hands the Ninja. You still force your opponent to have it, though, I guess. Forcing them to have it is definitely worth it. But that is true. They could have the answer. They could have the answer. They do have the knockout on the Chien-Pao here. But a follow-up Chien-Pao shouldn't be too difficult, to be honest. And also, there's no follow-up. You want to get, like, another... Because they do have the Prime Catcher in hand here. They're not keeping track of the prize cards up top, but what is it? Chico's drawn... Oh, we can look at it down there. Drawn 1 versus 2. So, yeah. So, Chico's prize trade here could be... Chico's prize trade here could be KO Chien-Pao, and then Iono Prime Catcher KO B-Barrel into KO Chien-Pao. But we need to get an extra energy on a Chien-Pao or on a Raging Bolt this turn to be able to play Iono next turn. If we don't attach to the bench Raging Bolt this turn, we can't... Yeah. Now we have to Sada next turn if our active gets KO'd. We could still go after the B-Barrel, depending on the situation, but now we don't get to have the option of Iono. I don't know if it was possible for them to attach to it, but... They definitely should have tried to play for it if they could have. We'll see. Still forces Lightning to not be prized, Vessel, and enough energy to retreat and hit with hands. Yeah, exactly. It still forces more, but that is true. In my head, I was thinking about it as if like they don't have an answer to it. But no, I guess the hands is still a possibility, but you force the hands out of them, which you'd prefer to do than not to. All right, here comes an Irida. So we definitely have the knockout this turn for sure, I assume. They're eyeing up the Poffin, so they must have a Superior in hand. So we might see Iron Bundle get used this turn now, to be honest. We could see Bundle and then Poffin for the second Bidoof here. We'll see, though. They did grab the Poffin. They also might just discard the Poffin as well. And so KO B-Barrel with Ogre. Oh, that's true. We do actually have the Ogre KO. I didn't even realize we had Ogre with 3. That's true. That's true. We can Ogre for 3 here, actually. So we can do the Iono play, actually. Okay. So that's definitely the play here. For the Raging Bolt side is Ogre Pawn, Gust KO B-Barrel. Not as big of an attacker, but for the lack, because there's a lack of the tool card on the other side, I guess it doesn't really matter. Energy's loaded up. And then here comes the knockout. 6-card hand, going down to 2 prize cards. Oh, B-Barrel for 1 first. This is why it's also important to try and get another Bidoof in play, actually. Is so that way, if your B-Barrel gets KO'd this turn and you get Iono'd, you have more outs to be able to pull off the follow-up knockout. Yeah, we have Iono Prime Catcher. But we don't want to send that up because we want a Prime Catcher with it. Maybe they're going to Nest Ball for the Mew. They do play Mew. I think it might be in the discard pile, actually, though. Iono was discarded, was it? I think there's one in their hand. I'm pretty sure there's an Iono in their hand at the back, behind the switch card. He needs Sada to attack, though. No, you can attack with the Ogre Pawn. Ogre Pawn, KO B-Barrel, Iono. How about going for a Bib? Avoid the Ninja into hand on pawn. Avoid the Ninja into hands on pawn. You win the game if you go KO. If you go attached to Raging Bolt, KO B Barrel, they whiff, and then Gust KO Chien-Pao, the game's over. You just win. That's the line to play for here. Is Prime Catcher, Iono, KO B Barrel, next turn, Raging Bolt, Boss, KO Chien-Pao. That's how we win the game. I found a Pal Pad. You don't even want Sada here. You just want Iono into Boss. Because you can attach for hand to Raging Bolt over 2 turns. They have the fighting. Yeah, they have the Iono. They literally have everything. They literally have the play. There we go. They have a switch card in hand as well, so I assume we're going to see the switch card get used. Or retreating's fine as well, I guess. Doesn't really matter. They're not going to run out of energy, I don't think. I guess the Ogerpon could get trapped in the active. They have to attach that fighting as well to the Raging Bolt, so they can make sure they can actually go after the... And they should actually probably even just use Poke... They should have used Pokestop before they even played the Pal Pad as well. Burning switch card here would have been fine as well, because it's like one less card in the deck. Also, they probably shouldn't have used Ogerpon before playing Iono, because you want to build up on your next hand for next turn. Which I guess is a reason to actually like not Pokestop yet, potentially. They know the boss is on the bottom of the deck right now, though, so they should probably go use Pokestop and then use Nest Ball, shuffle the deck, and then draw with Ogerpon. The boss is on the bottom of the deck because they had a boss in hand. They need to shuffle the deck here. Well, they need to shuffle. Like, there's cards on from the Iono. The deck is not random right now. Okay, they did shuffle. They should want to shuffle as well, though. But they should have Pokestop first. They could have thinned out cards before shuffling the deck and putting the boss back in the mix. They already used one of the Ogerpons here. This is some pretty bad sequencing on the Raging Bolt side here. There's the knockout, though. They did KO the B-Barrel. Chien-Pao player just needs a Superior, and they win. Okay, and they have it. They like very confidently set up the Chien-Pao, so I assume that they did have it there. Yep, there we go. Top 32 goes over to Jason. Jason definitely played better overall. Definitely some mistakes on Jason's side, but definitely played better overall. So, dude, right in time. Let's get it. We got, I assume, Guardy with that Dory opener versus Lugia. Wait, did they Carmine? Did Lugia Carmine? Wait, they didn't even show the first turn of the game. You guys missed it too, right? I didn't just miss it. All right, we'll see. It was a Nest Ball. Oh, wait, that's a Rotom. Wait, this isn't Guardy. What is this? Is it? It's not Guardy, though, right? It's Froslass Monkey Dory? Yo, the Frost Dory? Okay. I'm down for it. Pop them for the Manaphy. So they are playing around the Ogerpon. They are playing around the Ogerpon here, which is interesting. I wonder if they know for sure or if they're guessing. Oh, they let them use, like, tags. I doubt the players' names are S9 and YST89. So we got the Snow Run play. And then I assume it's just going to be a draw 3 with the Roadie here. Yeah. Commentators made mention of the Ogerpon. Okay, so maybe they do have the Ogerpon then. Now I check the birth certificates. There's a Fluttermane. I don't know how much that's going to matter. I also don't know how many Archeops are in the discard pile here. Immediately bench the Fluttermane, though. They're using it, though. Oh, they have double chops here. Okay. They have nothing else, though. This is it. They have double chops, and that's it. No Iron Hands. You'd like to attack with Iron Hands here if possible. But, I mean, Lugia, getting the knockout with Lugia is not bad. We're doing something. We're doing something. I assume in this matchup you try and go hands 3 times in a row for a win. Yeah, ideally. The Ursa and Luna can get involved towards the end of the game, but I'm not sure what's being discussed here. They got their energy though. Why V-Guard? I mean, there can't really be a reason for it, right? You don't really need it. Yeah. Well, I said because you don't need it, why not get it? Why not Mist? Well, does Mist matter? Why would Mist matter? Neither matter here. Mist or V-Guard both don't matter here, right? All right. The Froslass is online here. I got that. Yeah, neither matter here. You're just getting another Snow Run. And they're eyeing up the Elekid, which you could use to punch the Lugia, I guess. Does that mean they're going to go for a Poffin here as well? This matchup honestly seems pretty bad. I have played it a couple times. Why didn't they go for a Poffin here instead? Hey, wait, why didn't they go get a Poffin and then get like they could have gone Poffin. Do they not have a Poffin in there? Because they could have gone Poffin plus Froslass there. But chose not to there. That's interesting. I think they could have done that. All right. They might have a Monkey Dory in hand. Not sure. Then the question is, do they draw with Rotom or do you punch for the 60 with Elekid? I don't know if the damage is really worth it. They do attach return to Froslass, which I don't. All right. Oh, was it a 30 punch on the bench? It was 30 to the bench. Okay. Froslass coming into play, building up some damage. No Monkey Dory found, though, as well. So you're not building up damage on your own Monkey Dory. They must have just not had access to a Poffin, right? There was no reason to not get a Poffin there that I can think of. I cannot come up with a single reason why you wouldn't. Aroma coming in. I can't tell what that is, but you prefer a Tails here to get Iron Hands, I'm sure. As long as you have the energy to be able to attack with Iron Hands. Does S9 collapse Roto ever? I don't know. I don't know if they play collapsed. Oh, it is a heads, so no Iron Hands this turn, possibly. Their hand wasn't very good. They didn't have anything going on in their hand. What flavor ice cream? Peanut butter. We'll see. Comes an Ultra Ball. I don't see hands. They gotta have hands, though, right? There's no way you don't run hands. There's a Luminion found. There's a lot of abilities being put into play. I mean, I assume if we're Ultra Ball in here, we're putting Luminion in play. The hands could be priced here. They're Luminion for boss. Now, we are going to KO the Froslass here, I guess. I assume. No, they're going after the Rotom. The Froslass sticks. There's so many abilities in play. I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest. The damage is going to start to rack up pretty quickly here once the second Froslass hits play. I guess assuming it hits play. I have no idea what's being discussed between the players there. All right. They are down to 3 prize cards remaining, but here comes the Froslass damage. Oh yeah, they're also hitting their own Manaphy here as well. I guess you can move that off with the Guru. And the Minion. We definitely get down second Froslass and Gurus this turn. Or not Gurus, Monkey Dories. I always call it Guru. I don't know why. I guess they're both monkeys. Think about giving her the penny. Instead gets rid of the Artisan. Artisan seems pretty good here, though. That finds Monkey Dory. Oh, we're going to Ultra Ball for Monkey Dory. But don't we want to get another Froslass in play here? Do we have one? Interesting. Because we could have discarded the switch card. Instead, kept the Artisan. Giving our opponent Artisan here doesn't seem like it matters. So, I'm not a huge fan of this play here. See how it pans out, though. We definitely want second Froslass here to start building up some more damage. All right, there we go. We're moving it off. The chops. Probably should have gone to the Luminion. I assume we're going to try and go KO Luminion, KO Lugia, KO two Archeops here. And there's an Iono. We get 6 here on the Froslass side. And then YST. Just going to only get 3. There's another Ultra Ball. Okay, so we did get there. Ooh, they play the Noivern. Interesting. I think that also might be the Cleffa in hand as well. So they could draw with Cleffa this turn instead of hitting with Elekid. Depends how much good stuff they have in their hand, I guess. Why does the footage look sped up? I don't know. Maybe it's just the amount of frames. I don't know. Probably has to do with the amount of frames. I would assume. It does kind of look a little bit sped up. You are right. Mist to Archeops to protect from Elekid could be good. Mist doesn't protect from Elekid. Okay, there's the Elekid, and then here come the Froslass pings. They bench Cleffa, but they didn't go into it. I guess you don't want to. It becomes your next pivot. The Elekid damage is racking up here. More importantly, the Froslass damage is racking up. This is honestly this game. If Iron Hands is not utilized on this next turn, this is looking pretty good for the Froslass player. This is looking pretty good for S9. Also, if there's no boss KO Froslass. Boss KO Froslass would be pretty good. Could have devoed the chop. Shake my head. Oh yeah, they could have. They Ultra Balled it away though. I don't know why they didn't. That would definitely have been the better play here, because then you only have to deal with the Lugia, then they're out of energy in play. All right, there it is. Just knockout. Doesn't bump the Mezagoza, so that gives the Mezagoza over to the Froslass side now as well. Definitely want to try and set up another Monkey Dory here, move over more damage. If we can KO both Archeops this turn, I feel like we're in a pretty good spot here. Both Archeops can get KO'd this turn, and then we just have to go KO Luminion through damage spread, plus one hit KO the active with the what is it called again? Ursaluna. All right. Super Rod coming in, getting back the Elekid and the Psychic Energy. Why do they even play Psychic Energy? What do you need it for? Dude, they love attacking with the Elekid. Okay, here comes the Irida. Unfair Stamp. Froslass isn't going to do anything, but the Unfair Stamp would be pretty good here, I guess. Just get some more card draw. There's the Unfair Stamp. Doesn't actually even take... Well, if they're just going to shuffle in, if it's just going to shuffle in a Froslass, you don't have to grab something, but... I almost feel like drawing with Cleffa last turn might have been better. I'm actually not sure how the math is going to work out here, though. Theoretically, you want to KO both Archeops this turn before more energy gets put into play. Actually, loading up the Fluttermane on the other side would have been pretty good as well, because then you could actually have threatened with... Fluttermane is actually a really good attacker here, because it can KO Guru and Manaphy in one attack. So we should have seen the... YST load up some energy on the Fluttermane last turn, for sure. Yeah, it was actually a huge mistake on the last turn to not have Fluttermane be a threat this turn, to be honest. Aqua Return here seems pretty good. Aqua Return is... Yeah, it's okay if you can get into the active without losing energy on your Lugia, because both Archeops might go down this turn. Yeah, attacking with the or getting Lumineon out of play is definitely pretty good here for sure. There's second Nest Wall. There's the Dory. So we have second Monkey Dory plus energy here. The second Dory is big. That's a lot of extra damage. Okay. You can KO both Archeops here. Both Archeops can be KO'd here. All right. We haven't attached yet, right? We can still go bench Monkey Dory attach. Yeah, here we go. Both Chops are going to go down. Well, oh no, wait. The Chops lives. I take it back, actually. It lives with 1 HP. Oh, okay. Not quite, actually. So then we shouldn't even put it on this Chops because it's not going to get KO'd. Because this Archeops would get KO'd just going back into their turn on our next turn. So this damage should have been put on the Lumineon, actually. Because now the Archeops is going to get KO'd going into our turn, but it could have been getting KO'd going out of our turn. So it doesn't make any sense to KO it going into their turn. All right, here comes the damage buildup. Fluttermane attacking this turn would actually... attacking with Fluttermane here actually KOs Monkey Dory and Manaphy. Fluttermane wins the game here. So if there's a boss here for Lugia, they win. Oh wait, they don't even need boss. They have game. The Lugia player just literally has game. They go KO the active and KO the Manaphy. The game's over. If the Lugia player doesn't throw. Do they see it though? I don't know. I don't think they do. Yeah, they literally just have game. That's the question at this point. Do they see it? Yeah, Fluttermane's actually an insane attacker in this matchup. This matchup's pretty tough for Lugia. Oh, they're throwing. If they have a double turbo and a non-double turbo energy in their deck, they still have the game. They still have no. They threw. Why did we send a Monkey Dory here? I guess that's fine. Uh-oh. I think it's gonna get it. Is it gonna be a dub for Froslass now? All they have to do is find Ursaluna and they win. Because they can Monkey Dory twice to the Lumineon. Yeah, Monkey Dory twice to Lumineon plus Ursaluna wins the game here. But yeah, the Lugia player literally had game. Yep, there's Ursaluna. He's got a Monkey Dory twice now. All of it onto the Lumineon. No, we have to heal the Manaphy. Oh my gosh, they just didn't heal Manaphy. It's sudden death. Wait, unless I'm tripping. Does that KO Lumineon? No, it's sudden death. Oh no, but they board wipe. So they have more win conditions. They board wipe, so they have 0 Pokemon in play. So I don't know if they realize that, but the Froslass player does win. Dude. Dude, what a game. I don't know if that realization was actually had in the moment or not, but technically the Froslass player wins because they meet 2 win conditions. Dude, what a game. What the heck? It did all begin with that throw. It did all start with the throw. It did all start with that throw there from the Lugia player on that last turn. Hopefully the judges caught that. I mean, the judges don't need to catch it because it seems like the players are saying that the Froslass player won. So even if they don't know why the Froslass player won, they still came to the correct conclusion that the Froslass player won. So it doesn't really matter. Like, they don't need to know why. Technically, they don't really need to know why the Froslass player won. Oh, as long as the Froslass player won. They did give the Froslass player the win. They won because the Lugia player scooped? No. I mean, we can't tell from our POV. They could have scooped. They could have been like, oh, you drew all your prize cards. Like, Yeah. From our POV, we can't tell if they scooped or not. Wait, what was the play for the Lugia player to win? The Lugia players had to attack with Fluttermane and take 2 knockouts. They would have KO'd the Cleffa, put 2 damage counters on the Manaphy, and then the Manaphy, they didn't win any win con. Yeah, the Manaphy got KO'd in between turns. Luminian was still on the board. No, Luminian got KO'd. The Manaphy got KO'd off the bench. It like got KO'd by Froslass. So they both drew all 6 of their prize cards at the same time. But the Lugia player had no bench Pokemon, so they met 2 loss conditions by benching out. Luminian got KO'd by Froslass there. That was actually a pretty interesting endgame there, which doesn't seem to have concluded how, like, well, I mean, it concluded correctly, I guess, but yeah, the win condition was Fluttermane KO Cleffa and put 2 on Manaphy, and then Manaphy gets KO'd by Froslass in between turns. All right, now there's the Iron Hands start here for the Lugia player. So I don't know where Iron Hands was in game 1. I guess the Legacy Energy could have been a problem as well. It looks like the Lugia player here chose second, which I gotta say, I think you want to go first in this matchup. I'm actually not 100% sure though. Lugia going second isn't a terrible play ever, so but it's a pretty solid opener here from S9. A pretty solid opener here. You wrote him in stone? That's what I'm saying. What's going on here? Could they be hacking? We could see, honestly, we could see a turn 2 Noivern attack, which isn't terrible because it like slows down Iron Hands and like puts pressure on the Iron Hands because it is in the active. So it's not terrible, to be honest, to go with the Iron Hand or the Noivern early. Can Lugia just attach pass and not worry about the Froslass player for a bit? They'll put on the pressure with Elekid and hit you for 60. Like, they'll keep punching you for 60. But that is all the pressure they have. I guess they can pressure you with the Noivern as well. Which I guess is why they play the Psychic Energy, just to attack with Noivern, I guess. Alright, here comes an Aroma. I just cannot tell what's on that die. I cannot tell. But we got... Dude, why'd they bench them in Chino? Don't bench the rat. They're definitely throwing out here. Like, you just don't want to put easy prize cards in play. There's no reason to bench it, right? No, there's no reason to bench the rat. You shouldn't bench the rat. Your board should be like 1 Archeops. Honestly, you shouldn't even put 2 Archeops in play. It should be 1 Chops, 1 Lugia, 1 Hands, and then eventually bench second Lugia. But now that you bench them in Chino, you may as well put 2 Archeops in play, I guess. But you don't even want to put 2 Archeops in play in this matchup. You just want 1. And then 3 2-prizers. And build up 3 2-prizers throughout the game. I think you need 2 chops, otherwise they can target 1 down too fast. No? No, they can't. You can easily get 2 to 3 uses out of the chops, which is more than enough to set yourself up enough attackers. They can't kill a single chops very quickly. I mean, if they draw it really well, maybe, but... I throw another Ultra Ball away. Their hand might not be able to support 2 Ultra Balls. Oh. Well, you are right there, Dan Song. They definitely did not want to Ultra Ball away 2 Ultra Balls. I was like, maybe their hand is like, the other cards are too good to play too. But they did want the second Ultra Ball. They asked if they could take it back. And either the judge or the opponent said, nope. Read the Wind. They could have another Jet in hand. Yeah, Read the Wind does seem pretty strong here. Yeah, Read the Wind definitely seems pretty strong here. I don't know what's in the rest of the hand though, so we'll see here in a second, I'm sure. What they got. Bruh. What are we doing with these rats, bro? Oh, we got a rat and threw him to the bottom of the deck? Dude, what an Ultra Ball. Insane. What a waste. Oh my goodness. Yeah, jetting up would have been pretty good there. Ultra Ball for chops, Ultra Ball again, jet to the active. I don't know, just some form of something else. Some form of like anything else. This is not good. Oh! Yo, bailed out like that? If there's a chops in this hand, bruh, what? You can't sequence like that and then draw chops jet. That's criminal right there. Insane bailout, bro. All right. How well did the Froslass? How well did S9 draw here? One Froslass. No abilities in play yet, though. How long could you go out without abilities? Definitely a good question. I don't know who brought that up in chat, but that is a good question. How long could Lugia go without abilities? There's not 0 ways to pressure the Lugia player. Like right here, we could see Artisan for Elekid, punch for 60 active, right? But actually, what if you just went from... Oh, no. The way you pressure them is you set up your own Monkey Dories, and then you Froslass damage yourself and then move the damage over. That's how you can pressure them as well. Yeah, you don't have no ways to pressure them. But yeah, if you don't put abilities in play yourself, there definitely are less ways to pressure them, I would say for sure. And it looks like they are going to go for that Elekid pressure here, which isn't very much pressure, but it's something. I think they have a second Froslass in hand, but they're choosing not to evolve it because the only thing that's being pressured here is their own Rotom. So they don't want to like put the double... I don't think they want to put the double Froslass in play and then just like overly build up damage on their own Rotom here. We'll see, though. Wait, they're going after the Minccino with this? I guess that maybe makes sense if you just plan on using Ursaluna to KO the Lugia at some point. I guess that makes sense. You just go after the... Yeah, I guess. If you're going to Ursaluna the Lugia to win the game anyways, like, maybe this isn't that bad. I was like, I don't know. I thought we were going to, like, pressure the active here. Because then this does allow the Lugia players to go, all right, attach, pass, and then attach, attack, attack, attack. And just, like, never put abilities in play. And just, like, consistently just attach, attack. I don't know. Seems a little bit iffy. They are getting a chops off this Aroma. And they do have Serena. I don't think they finished shuffling their deck. I could be wrong. It didn't feel like they finished shuffling their deck. But they're definitely Serena away at least the Archeops. I don't think they have a Lugia V-Star in hand, though. I got a Baby Rat. I got a Carmine, a Jack. You have to keep the Jack. You could have also attached first as well. Yeah, this is some pretty poor sequencing here. They could have attached the Mist Energy and drawn one more card here. They're getting rid of the Carmine to draw one card here. Now they could have evolved to the Chinchino as well. This is some terrible sequencing. They could have gone attach active, evolve to Chinchino, Carmine. They could have drawn +2 cards here. +2. +2 cards. Now they get 1. If they get the Lugia V-Star, this would be some insane bailouts. Plenty of time left, 28 minutes. What do they got? What they get off that? It better not be the Lugia V-Star. All right, there's the Rat. It's going to be a Read the Wind here. All right, Read the Wind. Sure. All right, back over to the other side. Keep putting on that pressure with the Elekid, I assume. I assume if they can find Penny, they would like to Penny up the Rotom. And then get a Monkey Dory into play. No attach seems wild. Well, the worst card in their hand could possibly have been the V-Guard energy, though, which it isn't terrible then to like read the wind that away, I guess. Yeah, I don't think that's like a terrible choice there. I don't know. All right, there's the Elekid. Once again, just punching rats. I don't know how I feel about the rat punch and when we could be pressuring this Lugia. Because we could just Ursaluna the hands instead. All right. Well, Lugia V-Star is definitely possible here. There's the Jack in hand. I'm not sure what we got off this. I literally just can't. I just can't tell. I can't tell what we got. What about attaching V-Guard for the DTE search? Well, no, I think we should have tried to attach for sure. The Mist Energy should have been what was attached initially here. Oh, there's the Ogerpon find. Game 1, we saw the Manaphy get benched. I don't know if they forgot about Ogerpon or just based on their initial setup, we're just like, screw it, I hope it's prized. And maybe the Legacy Energy is prized. I assume it's not if we're going to get Ogerpon. That would be a criminal error here. But the Ogerpon's going to put in a lot of work here, especially if you had like Boss KO double Froslass here. Okay. Get the evolutions first. There we go. Goes into the Artisan, but we don't want to bench anything because I assume we want double Archeops here. Not getting double Archeops here would be pretty bad if we're going to attack with Ogerpon and shuffle our energy back to our deck. He already shuffled. That search is complete. Get it on the bench. You're not getting bailed out. You can't. They can't. You're not allowed to get bailed out here. That's on the bench. Put it back. You can't get away with this. No freebies, bro. No free. Get that shit back on the bench. All right. We can solo chop it. You could solo chop it. And then if you attack with Ogerpon, you have no energy in play with only one chops, which is not great, especially when Manaphy can then be put in play to protect against the Ogerpon attack. Did they just pass? Dude. Oh. You gotta do something here. You can't pass. You can't pass here. You didn't even attach. He had a double turbo energy in the hand. What are we doing? You gotta attach a double turbo here at least. You probably just have to solo chop it though, to be honest. I think you just have to commit to the solo chop. Because now you give like time for like the penny Manaphy to put. I don't know if they know about the penny. Was the penny seen in game 1? I don't know if the penny was seen in game 1. Oh, they're gonna go for the roadie draw here. Don't forget the Froslass damage. One more to the active. All right, all right. Penny hit the discard pile. Okay, so Penny was seen in game 1. Yeah, that means you know you have to put the pressure on. This is one of those situations where it's like you have to be like, well, if my opponent plays correctly, they never take a knockout here unless I'm pressuring them. Which is why we need to put the double turbo in play last turn so we could pressure without having to go solo chops. But now this is still fine for the Lugia player, to be honest. We're still in like a fine situation here because we are going to be able to pressure next turn. There's not that much damage built up into play. No Monkey Dories established. So we can attack with Lugia if we want to. But the thing is, if we attack with Lugia and KO like the Elekid, then all of a sudden we open up a bench space for Manaphy to be benched. So like I feel like you just want to go into the Ogerpon no matter what anyways. It's kind of like the weird thing here. Like I feel like you just want to go into the Ogerpon. I see the Manaphy in hand there as well. Did Lugia attach pass? They did attach pass, which is something. They're progressing towards something. I still think we should just like solo chop it and hit him with the Ogerpon, but at least we're progressing towards something. The turn previously, they didn't attach and they just passed, which was terrible. But they at least are progressing towards some kind of game plan here, which is like, all right, I'm going to attack you. I'm going to make you KO one of my smaller Pokemon, hopefully, which then leads to me getting bench space, which means I can get 2 Archeops in play. But I don't think they need 2 Archeops. But the longer the game goes on, the more they are going to need 2 Archeops. So, maybe he's trying to play without Archeops. Well, he's not playing well to do that either, because he's been purposely not attaching over and over and over again. So, if they're doing that very poorly as well. Like, it doesn't matter. No matter what they're throwing here. 30 more to the rat. This Elekid is like a rodent control specialist. Like, this is some top tier rodent control from the Elekid here. I have no idea what the damage should be at here, to be honest. I think that's correct. Yeah, no abilities on the bench. I think I see a gift energy in hand, so we can start attacking. You also have the jamming tower. You could get rid of the Artisan just so they can't utilize it anymore, which you should probably do as well. There's a KO. Bump on the Artisan. Oh, I guess that works as well. You can just attack and bump it. I'm trolling. All right, but now here's where Counter Catcher gets involved. So now you can Counter Catcher the Iron Hands. Monkey Dory setup, Counter Catcher Iron Hands, trap it in the active, and be like, all right, now you have to go solo chops. And now, on the Froslass side of things, you can force the solo chops. There's a heal first. Counter catcher on the Iron Hands. I assume we're going to go for Iron Hands here. Man, if he's not on the bench here as well, you have to go for Iron Hands here. You have to go for Iron Hands. Because if you go for the Ogre Pawn, they're just going to put a solo chops in play and snipe. Yep. So this forces the issue, I guess. I guess theoretically we could have maybe tried to set up Noivern. It is not set up here, though. Did they just pass? Oh, no, they're just correcting the damage here, it looks like. Shouldn't it be 6 on the other rat? Maybe not. All right, draw 3 with Rhodey. Is my chat / webcam covering the player's cam? No, there's no player cams. Should be 6 on Big Rat. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, they did correct it there. Yeah. All right. Now we have to put the chops in play. We don't have a choice. Or we could jet. If we have a jet, that also works, I guess. So I guess there's something we can do besides solo chopping. But we have to do one of those two things. We either have to solo chops or we have to jet. We have to progress towards something here. Research coming in first. That's fine. Oh, they have no jet. I see Legacy in hand, though. That means we can attack with Iron Hands. As long as there's a double turbo in the deck. I see a double turbo in the deck. We're fine. We're attacking with Iron Hands. That's where we want to be. There we go. We have the Iron Hands attack here. That's what we want. This is like a fine spot to be in. Solo chops gaming. That's fine. Here we go. I'm pretty sure I saw a double turbo. Perfect. And we got the Legacy in the hand. That's 2 prize cards. We're progressing. That's what we need. We need some kind of progression here because it was getting a little too stagnant for too long. There we go. We're cooking. Go down to 3. And then I don't think there's going to be an answer for this Iron Hands here. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be an answer for this Iron Hands. Oh, I guess the Noivern. But then it comes down to, do we have boss on the other side to get around? I think I see a boss in the hand, too. I think I see a boss in the hand, so we can get around this Noivern. Let's just some shenanigans to come out here on the other side. I see the Ultra Ball, though, and a Vessel. So the Noivern should be coming out here unless it's prized. That's the question. Is it prized then, I guess, at this point? They forgot to add damage. Oh, did they for the Frostlasses? Yeah, you're right. They did forget. Okay, someone corrected it. Cool. There should be 20 on the Archeops as well. All right, cool. They found that. Failed the Poffin. Oh, wait, we're not getting into the... We're not Noiverning here. Maybe it's prized. All right, so how many prize cards are left here? All right, double Dory's happening. We got 6 prize cards left. Theoretically, next turn we can KO the Iron Hands with Ursaluna. Ugh, we could. That's 1 prize card, though. We're KOing the rat, but that means Illuminian could get benched. And if Illuminian could get benched, Illuminian could lead to boss. Well, I guess the Iron Hands is getting us no matter what then. Maybe not. Unless we're going to retreat the... Oh, wait, they got the bat off the prize cards! Dude, what a sack! All right, we can survive a turn. This thing has 260 HP. Takes a hit. Some insane... That's so big. That can buy us 1 turn. We need 1 turn. We need that 1 turn. And we have the penny to get the Rhodey out of play? So we can force the Noivern to be worth 2 prize cards instead of 3 by attacking with it. That's a crazy prize card draw. That's insane. That's such and we had the penny for the roadie. All right, do we have the boss here for the Iron Hands on the Lugia side now? We can win with boss. That is possible. Did they pop in a Monkey Dory? Honestly, it's like no. They Ultra Ball for the Monkey Dory. Yeah, they Ultra Ball for the Monkey Dory there. We lost the gameplay. Someone tripped on the camera cord. NAIC power outage. Did the NAIC power outage mess with the stream or like the power surge? Did it mess with the stream or no? Oh, it did mess with the stream? All right, well, hopefully they get the stream back here soon. I want to see what happens in this. I want to see the conclusion of this match. I went back to the stream. He straight up poffin for Monkey. Wait, did he really? Can you send the clip at him? Are you sure he didn't? I thought he Ultra Balled. I thought he like poffined, failed poffin, and then played Ultra Ball, got Monkey Dory. Are you sure? All right, we're back. I have no idea what happened. Boss? Okay. It was hands, boss, KO on a Froslass. And now Ursaluna's coming up to take a prize card. There's still a lot of prize cards left here. Third Monkey Dory's coming online. Move some more damage over. What am I eating? Ice cream. Did you get Monkey Dory from Artisan? I think the Artisan. I don't think there was an Artisan in play. I think it was bumped at that point. Put Monkey Dory from his hand. Okay. All right, and there's an Iono. I don't know if there's a gift on the hands or not. I can't tell what that last energy on the hands is. A boss does win the game here as well. On the, I think is it 1 prize card left or 2? It's 1, right? Counter on the ogre paw. Oh. What are we doing? Why are we not just KOing the Iron Hands? All right. Well, they didn't make him do it. I mean, I guess they didn't play it technically. Now you got to focus the other way. All right. The Archaeops is also gone. So the only attacker here is the Lugia. Wait. Oh, there's only 1 Froslass in place. So it's not going to build up that much damage on the Ursaluna. All right. They got to focus now. We're good. We're good. They very much did play that catcher. I don't actually know about that because they could have. I don't know. I don't know about that because like they just kind of like put it out there and showed it to their opponent. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what the official rule would be on something like. Oh my god! They just top deck boss, dude. All right, game 3. Let's go, dude. This match, bro. What the fuck? This has been an insane match so far. I don't know how to feel about this one. No way Froslass wins this in 12 minutes. I don't think so, yeah. I don't think they are going to win this in 12 minutes. 12 minutes is like not a ton of time for that deck to win a game, to be honest. Dude. Is this being streamed on YouTube? Yes. In NA, the rules, if you can pick it up with your fingertips, it doesn't count as played. Oh, is that the rule? The flashing a card thing like that is so insane and so easily preventable. Saw it a lot of NAIC, and it just gives free information with hesitation like that. Yeah, I mean, all it does is like give your opponent information at the end of the day. Is that the rule in for TPCI tournaments though? If you can pick it up, if you like lift your finger, if you lift your hand and the card comes with it, then you haven't played it yet. So you're saying that we should like cover our hands in like double-sided tape just in case? All right. So Froslass will get to choose first or second here. I assume they're going to choose first. First makes the most sense here, I think. But Lugia did choose second in the last game, so we'll see. It's possible they pick second here, because I do believe Lugia chose second. All right, prize card set. Here we go. Who's going first? It is... Okay. Both players have chosen second. Froslass chooses second here. Both players value setup in this matchup. Interesting. Not against it. I wasn't sure what I'm not sure what's correct here, to be honest. I guess there's not too much you can do, really. Like, you can't really be aggressive as the Froslass player until the... Oof, the Ultra Ball double chops going first turn one. Yeah! Can we get a turn two hands, though? Can we get a turn two hands to go with it? That's all we're missing right now. That's all we're missing. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, you can't really do anything as the Froslass player until your opponent does something. There's actually double turbo in the hand here for the Lugia player. So they could just sit here and just attack turn two with Lugia V and not put anything else in play. Well, you'd have to eventually, because otherwise Ursaluna becomes a threat. But you don't have to put any abilities in play for a little while, actually, which would be interesting. That would definitely be interesting. They're either prize checking or they actually are lining up the Noibat. They're lining up the Elekid as well. They're going for the Bat and the Kid. I feel like this is like a Cleffa angle hand, but I don't know. They love attacking with Elekid pretty aggressively, so we'll see if that's what they go for again. There's only 8 minutes left, so I don't really see... It seems like it's going to be pretty tough for Froslass to win this game, to be honest. There's another Runt, and then here comes a Vessel. Get rid of the Mawile. Going to get the energy to retreat, I guess, into the Elekid and punch for 60, but... Or maybe it's going to be an attachment to the Bat. I could see that as well. There's also an Artisan in hand, which you could use here to get more Pokemon set up, and an Ultra Ball. Like, we could have actually like Cleffa for like 7 here. Time is not on the side of the Froslass player here, though. Their hand doesn't look very good. This feels like a perfect Cleffa hand. Cleffa's maybe prized, though, I guess. Maybe Cleffa's prized. But they could have gone Nest Ball for Rotom as well if their hand's that bad. Not sure. All right, there's the 60 punch. Maybe just trying to be as aggressive as possible in terms of damage. I guess that could be reasonable with so little time left. There's the Rat Bench. The Rat Bench is... If you're going to put 2 Archeops in play, honestly, benching Rat is fine. There's the Lugia. Ideally, though, you do want to attack with Iron Hands here. Oh, they just knocked out. They didn't even put the Archeops in play. I like that, though. No reason to put the Archeops in play. Also, there's actually just no reason to evolve to Lugia V-Star, which can now take damage from Froslass. So they should have probably just not even evolved, to be honest. They probably shouldn't have actually even evolved the Lugia. They should have just attacked with the Lugia V's attack to knock out the Elekid here. I don't believe there's any possible threat on the Froslass side. Like, it can't be KO'd, I believe. So, But now that you put the V-Star in play, Frostlasses could come in play. See, now we had to put the Nest Ball. We had to use Nest Ball anyways. This was such a bad turn one from S9 here. They should have set up way more aggressively on that last turn. Because now this turn, we're basically doing what we should have done last turn. So now we're just a turn behind for the trade-off of 60 damage on a Lugia, which is just, like, not correct. So definitely some poor play here coming out of S9 here. Should have definitely gone for Rotom or Cleffa turn 1. And now we're just using Rotom for 3 here? Like, that's so little. Like, that's just, like, so nothing. I don't know. Evolving protected them from, protecting their hand, disrupting the Lugia with Unfair Stamp. That's fair. Unfair Stamp is like a reasonable reason to have evolved, I guess. That's a reasonable reason. All right, there's a knockout. Still no threat on the Lugia, so I like this. Not putting the Archeops in play, just chilling and attacking. There's no threat yet. On the next turn, it definitely could get KO'd though, so we will have to do something on the following turn. We can't do this forever. All right, the deck gets thrown a little bit there, going into the Artisan. I assume another Monkey Dory is going to be found. I've got to start to move this damage. Got to start to build up the Dark Energy on the Monkey Dories and then move the damage over. There's a Dory. Honestly, this would still be a pretty good turn to hit an Unfair Stamp to, like, prevent an Iron Hands from coming out, to be honest. Here's some thinking. Wrote him for 3, just leaving the Monkey Dory in the active. All right. 2 more build up on the Lugia. Honestly, I don't even know if the Lugia is that threatened here. Yeah, maybe you don't even need to put the Archeops in play yet. You might just be able to attack. Here comes an Ultra Ball. But hey, attacking with Iron Hands here would be actually even better. If you have the Iron Hands attack, you probably should just go for it. Draw 2 prize cards, go down to 2. Ursaluna can attack for 1 energy at that point. But if Ursaluna knocks out your Iron Hands, then you can respond with Chinchino, 2 more prize cards, win the game. So you're basically calling game here with this Iron Hands attack, I feel like. Yeah. This game was played so much better on the Lugia side of things. They played pretty well in this one in this game 3. I mean, they probably weren't super experienced in the matchup for sure. But they that's what you love to see from players in a best out of 3. That's why best of 3 is so much better than best of 1, is because you get to see players adapt and evolve their game and their game plan based on inexperience in a matchup or even unfamiliar or the unknown of their opponents, like specific 60 cards as well. That's why best of 3 is so good, because you get to see like a whole nother level of the game. And like if games are best of 1, you just miss out on so much Pokemon. In terms of adaptation from like game to game, that just doesn't exist in best of 1 the way it does in best 2 out of 3. We got to see YST completely evolve their game plan going into this game 3 based on like how it was a little bit based on how they drew for sure. They did draw like pretty clean like initially as well. There we go, down to 2 prize cards here. I don't even know what you do here. There's a gift energy on the hands as well. I mean, hitting with Ursaluna doesn't even do anything here. Like, what do you do? Yeah, I don't think there's a play. I just don't think there's even a play. No energy to the rat. You could have loaded up a little bit. It's not necessary, I guess, but you could have, yeah. He just added had a card hit his hand face down. How is that not a game loss? Yeah, it's on camera and should be rolled back, but that's a quick search. It was the Iron Hands. He added Iron Hands from his deck to his hand, then realized he didn't reveal it, or a judge told him he needs to reveal it, then he revealed it and showed it was Iron Hands. Yep, there's a concession. All right. Lugia gets the dub 2-1. The reason he got TQ to begin with because he was on stream. All right, it is Regidrago, and it is some kind of Lost Zone deck. Some kind of Lost Zone deck. It could be anything. Could even be like Turbo Mill Yourself Lost Zone, where you just like use Comfy over and over again. Just deck out. But yeah, I can't tell what actually kind of Lost Zone deck it is. I see a Rock Sand in the hand and a Sableye. Oh, there's a Jet. There is a Jet. Jet does usually mean Lost Tina. Jet usually does mean Lost Tina. People do be playing some Jets in all kinds of Lost Zone decks, though. So it's possible it's not as well. Could be anything. Theoretically. We'll see what we're able to get from the. So what is the go-to attacker? How did Lost Tina get this far? I mean, it's probably not terrible against guard. I don't know. I don't know what they're playing, to be honest. I don't know like where the meta's at. That's like the thing is like, I don't know what the meta looks like right now. Like a competitive meta going into a major tournament. What does it even look like right now? All right, so pretty slow start here on the Drago side. We'll see how quick of a start though. All right, there's a Temple of Sinnoh. Definitely Tina then for sure, right? That's how you're gonna be competing against the Lugia there. Yeah, I have no idea how this matchup goes. I mean, attacking with Gudra is kind of cool. You do 200 damage, and you can't be one-hit KO'd by the Lost Impact. But they still have Star Requiem, which one-hit KOs you. So yeah, I don't even know. I would have guessed that it is Tina favored. But I don't know how good I don't know how good a Lost Tina is in general right now, to be honest. Gudra is fake because Requiem. Well, you could always like do it with the next one as well. You gotta just Raging Bolt. Yeah, I guess you could just go for big one hits, right? Yeah, that's true. That's fair, yeah. Yeah, we got Brian against W33R4. It sounds like a droid from Star Wars. W33R4. All right. Second Comfy coming in. Wait, did they only get one Comfy off that Poffin? They did, didn't they? Interesting. There's a Cram. Do they even have a Colress, though? I don't even know if they have any more draw power. There we go. The classic Abyss. This could get KO'd, though. It would be a lot of energy, to be honest, to load up on a Raging Ball to actually get the knockout here. That'd actually have to be a lot. Goodbye, Spiritomb and Nestball, looks like. It looks like they took Boss and Roxanne, maybe. The Nestball seems pretty decent there. I think it's a Nestball. I actually can't tell for sure. All right, Regidrago's online. No energy. Is it just going to have to be immediately into a Legacy Star? I think so. Yeah, immediately into the Legacy Star. Vessel seems pretty good. What else are we getting rid of here? We want like a... Ooh, the Ogerpon. You could go Vessel Ogerpon here, and then you're just a fire energy away from being able to attack. Yeah, if you go Vessel Ogerpon, you could... You're just a fire energy away from being able to attack this turn. You have double E-Switch in hand. You're going Vessel Nest. Wait, does it get items and trainers, or can you get... You can get any two cards, right? It's any two cards, yeah. Vessel Iono? I don't know. I'm trying to pull off the attack this turn. Vessel Iono seems okay. I feel like you're less likely to pull off the... Because finding that second Ogerpon in combination with an energy switch, you just have that going on right now in the hand. I don't know. All right, here comes the grass. I mean, yeah, gotta go double grass and then hope to draw into a fire or a vessel. Well, they're gonna go with the fire? Does this make sense? So you're guaranteed one less card, but your odds of hitting a grass energy are way higher than a fire energy. Maybe that is correct here. We'll see. So they're hoping to hit a grass here. If they don't hit a grass here, their turn ends. Vessel? Dude, what the... Well, that works. And I think they have another dragon Pokemon in their hand that they can get rid of here. That's pretty nice. Goodbye, Bat. Yeah, I'm not sure if we what the... I mean, honestly, it does make that... Ooh, going with the second fire? Why are we going second fire? Probably should get another grass here for next turn to draw more cards. I don't know why we got a fire. We already had a fire, right? Am I tripping? No, we did. Yeah, I don't know why we went for a fire. But pretty good draw here. Another grass for next turn, though, I guess. They got the grass anyways. There we go. The double E-switch. It felt like he was just kind of flexing on him with that play there. A little bit of showmanship on the double E-switch. And then... Yeah, it's got to be a Dragon Ball attack here, I'm pretty sure. Don't really have too much else to choose from. I mean, you could attack with Noivern. It doesn't seem very good, though. Oh, wait, we haven't played a supporter yet. We could still boss. I don't know what you'd want to boss, though. You could boss Cram. KO Cram. I mean, punch the active for 200 seems decent as well. And then, I don't know how you spread this damage, to be honest. You go 1 on each Comfy and 4 on the Cram, maybe? Yeah, I don't actually honestly know where you spread the damage from here. Maybe 3-3. Looks like a 3-3 split. Honestly, I don't know what's correct here. I wonder if, was it a 4-2? I wonder if people are even playing switch card. Oh, I guess that makes sense, right? So that way 2 switch cards don't just heal all the damage off. Now you need 3 switch cards. I don't even know if people are playing. We see a switch so far. I don't even know if they play switch card. So I know people were like doing like the whole. And some people were doing just switches, no switch cards. Because people haven't been playing that many switches. In Tina. The hand's still not great here. They could get to... Well, hang on. They can get to 7 here. I don't know what the Tina numbers are in the hand. Or the... I don't know if there's a Tina V-Star in the hand. Now I'm starting to get pretty tired. I don't know if there's a Tina V-Star in the hand or a gate. Those are like the 2 missing pieces here. We do get to 7, though, here. There's the retreat. Second Comfy happening. And we're up to 8. Has a nest ball, so we can get second Tina set up. There's the gate in the hand, but doesn't have a Tina V-Star as far as I can tell. Maybe there is one in there, though. I'm not sure. So they went with the concealed cards. They have Rod. They have Gate. They have... Yeah, still once again, I think whiffing the Tina V-Star, but they're really close. But they at the very least need to get another Tina on the bench. It's just going to be a cram punch. If this Regidrago can get back to the active, which it can, that's going to be a pretty... This is like almost like a board wipe. Like we're going to KO the Tina, a Comfy, and the Cramp. You could do a 4-prize turn here. Jeez. Honestly, scoop it up and go next. Like with that energy there, just being able to retreat, I feel like we should just go next. Like this is brutal. This is tough. This is definitely tough. I don't know if there's much coming back from this. I don't know if you... I mean, you're always drawing 3 prize cards here. You always want to KO the Tina. So the question is... Honestly, I would just play the switch there. Well, maybe you save the switch to be able to move around to Drago. Maybe it's fine. Yeah, I would just go ahead and draw 4 prize cards here, to be honest. Because if you draw 3, you're putting yourself in Roxanne range anyway. So just draw the extra prize card in case you prized something important. I guess that could be an argument to not do it if all your prizes suck. But you take away the potential of like 2 Comfies getting used next turn. So I think the KOing double Comfy for that reason is probably the move. See an Ultra Ball coming in here as well. Getting the Mew V if they play it, or the Mew EX, excuse me. Seems pretty good. Yep, there it is. Because if you're going to get Roxanne next turn, have some extra draw power to work with potentially. So I like that. I like the Mew EX grab there. Also 20 Comfy, so no draw. I could see that as well. Yeah, I could see that as well. They go for the Mew draw first, but yeah, they could have played that boss. They're going to go ahead and hold it. Knockout. And it looks like they are going for the 2, 3, 1 left. The 1 left should probably go into the Greninja, I think. Okay, they're working it out still. But they have 1 left. Definitely shouldn't go to the Comfy because then it could just get switch carded. I feel like it should just go to the Greninja. They go with the damage on the Comfy though. That also doesn't seem bad, I guess. It's like whatever. But I feel like the one should have gone to the Comfy. And yeah, 4 prize turn back to back. Attacks with Drag Up. That's pretty good. And it's actually kind of crazy where we came from with this turn, because we kind of started off with nothing. We started off with nothing there. Going into that turn 2, basically. And then the Legacy Star tied everything together, and here we are 3 turns later, or 2 turns later, and it's just kind of like, it almost feels like it's game over here on the Tina side. They need to find a Tina, at least. Honestly, bench Tina plus Roxanne here does give them a decent amount to work with, and possibly could lead to a comeback. But they need to find that Tina first. They need to get that Tina in play, or they do just lose. And currently, they just lose to boss. Yeah, they do currently just like lose to boss. You guys are talking about like boss KO Comfy plus KO. I feel like KO and Greninja is probably better than KO and the Comfy there, though, right? Like boss KO Greninja, KO Comfy, because you want to leave a Comfy in play. Oh, there's a switch cart. You want to leave a Comfy in play so you can just win the game by going KO KO, right? So whether it's Cram or Greninja, that stays floating in play. You just want one of them chilling, right? All right, they did find the Tina. They are recovering a Tina as well. Or do you want another Tina? You kind of do want another Tina, though, right? Just so you could like switch between Tinas in case one gets punched, but not KO'd, possibly. You're going to Mirage Gate. I assume we're just gonna leave this Comfy in the active. Play Roxanne, leave Comfy in the active. Oh, they're actually loading up the Greninja, or are they gonna split the energy here? Just put the 1 water on the Greninja. Oh, maybe they're attacking with Greninja here. We could put, I don't even know, 90 on the Ogerpon, 90 on the Mew. Okay, there could be something there. I think we do have a Roxanne. I'd like to see it get played. Right, there it is. Yes, you go 90 Ogerpon, 90 Mew, and then Tina knockout active into Sableye win, right? Or Greninja again, I guess. Ogerpon won't take damage from Greninja, no? Oh, yeah, that's true. It's a Terra Pokemon. Dude, I hate Terra Pokemon so much. It's such a stupid attribute, and, yeah, it just, like, never comes up. But, yeah, Ogerpon is a Terra Pokemon. Okay, yeah, true. So we're going to punch the active and punch the Mew? Actually, no, I'm going to go ahead and predict it. Brian is just like me. Brian's going to forget that you can't... Oh, wait, we got Counter Catcher. We can Counter Catcher up the Ogerpon and punch it while it's in the active. Solved. Nice. Maybe that's what Brian was going for the whole time. All right, there we go. It's the punch. It doesn't die, though. No, it lives. Wait, what? Well, that was not expected at all. Oh my, did they just catch it right now? Wait. No. Oh. No, Ogerpon was KO'd. Wait, was it? It's 210 health? Yeah, it's not KO'd, right? Yeah, it should have 10 HP left. Did they catch it though? All right, I think they are currently in the process of catching the situation. Dude, you all got me. It's too late. I gotta trust myself here. Y'all have me second guessing. Bring out the calculators. Are they just gonna let them put the prize cards back? Listen, listen. Before y'all lose your mind in chat, over in Asia, they just rule stuff differently than in TPCI regions. Like, they literally just let them put both prize cards back. Which, listen, if this was a TPCI event, that would not fly. But they do it differently over there, and I don't even think that is that bad. It was an obvious mistake. They could identify both cards. Like, I'm personally not against it. I know some people in chat are about to say something, but like, is it really that bad? I mean, they should shuffle the prize cards, probably. They should probably shuffle the prize cards because you probably shouldn't know what your next 2 prize cards are, but yeah. Personally, I don't hate it. I also don't hate if it would be game loss as well, though, to be honest. I don't really have an opinion on this one too much, to be honest. They should have they should at the very least shuffle the prize cards, I think. All right. We got the Regidrago attack. We did get the energy to move the Ogerpon. It was able to retreat. Here comes another Dragapult attack. The Greninja will get KO'd. And then we just need to put the damage in place somewhere that will most likely lead us to be able to win next turn. Looks like going for a little bit of a damage split. A little bit on Comfey to potentially reach for that KO. And then it looks like some over to the Tina as well. I can't tell how much. Like a 5-1 split it looks like. Okay. You could have just put like 4 on the Comfey though, so that way Switch Cart wouldn't get out of range though. Which I kind of like the idea of, like 4-2. They have a Chorus. That is not another Roxanne, unfortunately. If it does lead to the KO on the active though, that could be enough. If the... I don't know how many energy are on that Ogerpon on the bench, but it looks like a lot. But technically right now, a boss does win the game here. For... W33R4. They can just win the game with Boss, KO, Cram, or Comfey with that Ogerpon on the bench. I believe that thing has 3 energy. I can't fully tell, but... You only need 4 on the Tina V-Star to go down to 240. Wait, what's doing 240 damage, though? There's the flower selecting. It looks like a definitely want that Sableye for next turn. You go KO the active, and then Sableye next turn to win the game. There's the Psychic. They have V-Star Switch. They got the V-Star. They got the Switch. The Star Requiem's on the way. Grass Ogerpon on the last attack. Oh, true. If you Star Requiem this, then the Grass Ogerpon does knock you out with, what, 2 more energy? Wait, no. You need a lot more than that. Wait, 1, 2 on their side, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You need 8 total? Am I tripping? Is it 30 plus 30? You need 2 more. Dude, I can't. No. Yeah, you need 5, right? How many they got? It looks like 3. They're close. Ooh, but can they get there? They need an E-switch to be able to do it, actually. All right, here comes Ultra Ball. I don't know what they have left in their deck. They need to find like an energy retrieval or superior energy retrieval, I think. Oh, no, they got some grass. Okay, they got a hella grass in there, actually. Hold up. I see a lot of energy in the discard pile, but they still have a decent amount in the deck as well. And at least a vessel. At least a vessel. I see a superior. There's a Squawkabilly. But they only have 2 grass on that bench Ogerpon. So they would need like Attach, Teal Mask, E-Switch. They're searching out the Cleffa. Which is, at this point, fine to bench, to be honest. Also, the Lost Tina player should have benched Sableye last turn for sure. Because if your Sableye dies, so does your Comfey or your Cram, so you lose anyways. There was no reason to not bench Sableye last turn. Because now if you get Iono'd, you might not be able to get the Sableye playoff. Or it might be that much harder to get the Sableye playoff. So that was definitely a pretty big mistake on the Tina side last turn. Should have definitely benched the Sableye at the very least. And if you could have got a Psychic Energy on it, should have done that as well. I think they have a basic in their hand, and they're debating benching it versus leaving the bench space open. You got 2. I can't tell what they are at all, though. So run to the Cleffa. So you do just lose the Sableye here. Brian can take 2/2/2 only, so no need to shuffle prizes last round. No, that has nothing to do with anything. You do need to still shuffle the prizes. There's the retreat. Here comes Sableye. And the double KO here. KO Mew, KO Ogerpon for 4 prize cards. And yeah, the comeback happens. What else could have been done on the Regidrago side? Was there really nothing else that could have been done on the Regidrago side? Was that literally it? I feel like something else had to have been able to be done on the Regidrago side. But maybe, I mean, they just didn't draw into like ever sending up more attackers. They just never drew into like a draw, so like a research or anything, right? After that Roxanne hit, it kind of stuck. Sheesh, that was quite the comeback there. I guess it was always available. As soon as there was only one Regidrago set up, and it was like never, the other one was never coming. Like, yeah, the second one was never coming. Would have bossed. Hope they have no switch. Maybe, but you want to save your boss for the next turn when you're actually winning the game, though. You don't just want to boss this turn. Because it's also, with how big of a hand Brian had, it's likely they have a switch. But then if they just retreat back to Tina and you can't KO the Tina, then you're going to want to be able to boss around the Tina. But if you play your boss now, then you don't have a boss for the next turn. You'll appreciate the 2 months there, Captain J-Rod. Reggie Drago could have done 300 to the entire board to win the game. But he chose not to do it. I don't know why. Wait, when? 300 when? $300. All right. I'm curious to see if Reggie Drago chooses first or second. Honestly, up against Lost Tina. Hilarious meme. Dude, honestly, against Tina, I don't know if you want to go first or second. If I was playing Tina, would I want to go first or second up against Reggie Drago? I'd want to go... Well, Reggie Drago chose first. You'd want to go first, right? You'd want to go first. You'd want to go first. Why'd the left player cut his deck after the right player cut it? Well, if they shuffled it, that's maybe why they cut it. If they cut it and then cut it, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are over in Asia for that, to be honest. In TPCI events, you can only cut your own deck if your opponent shuffled your deck. Then you're allowed to cut your deck if you want to. But otherwise, you're not allowed to cut your deck if they just cut your deck. But was it a shuffle or a cut? But then also, I don't even know what their rules are. So maybe you can cut a cut. Reggie players should boss before Mew to try and get the grass snow. They probably should have. I think probably, yeah. I think I agree. Which then goes back to the other play that someone else mentioned in chat, where why don't you try and boss style something? And you could just, I mean, it depends how many boss they had left, maybe a little bit as well, though. I guess like that's a reasonable thought there. Like, if that's our last boss, maybe we do just wait. I'm not sure, to be honest. But our opponent's hand was so big, they probably have the Sableye play, so we should probably just go to win, to be honest. It's the same in Asia as you guys? Okay. So if your opponent cuts, you can't cut. But otherwise, if they shuffle, you can cut back. Switch into the Ogre Pawn, which is interesting. They also chose not to attach that grass energy, which, like, you'd rather attach a fire, but you could attach the fire next turn. Why would you not attach the grass now? Doesn't make any sense, right? I'm not tripping, am I? I might be. I'm pretty tired. I'll be tripping. Why don't we just attach the grass there? There's no reason, right? I'm trying to come up with a reason. I just can't come up with a reason. Is that a Tina V-Star? So they run the Tina V-Star in here. Which not everyone runs. Most people don't. For retreat? Well, what does that have to do with anything, though? For retreat for what? They're going to attach this fire to the Reggie Drago right now, but they could have attached the grass instead of discarding the grass. But now they're just going to attach this fire to the Reggie Drago. Maybe he wants to motivate? Oh, true. You could motivate. I guess, okay. Motivate is actually the only reason. And wait, they could have motivated here. And motivate was definitely the... Wait, no, they're going first. I don't know if you're trying to bait me. No, there's no reason. They should have just attached the grass energy. All right. Back over to Tina. Looking for an Abyss Seeking. Ideally a Colress. Nest Ball's coming in. Concealed cards have happened. The prize check-in's going down. They got 30 minutes left. Which I wouldn't say is a ton of time. If we're trying to get all 3 games finished. Attach fire next turn? Yeah, that's what I'm... Exactly, yeah. Because, like, you're not... I mean, they're... I mean, they could play... Like, the Tina player could play, like, maybe 1, maybe 2 Iono. But probably not. It's probably 0 Iono, so... It's a little bit better to get the fire attached ahead of time because you have less fire than you do grass. But now it's not a good enough reason. Not a good enough reason. You grab Tina. Do they have a course? Wait, what? Oh, wait. 1 Tina came from hand, 1 Tina came from Nest Ball. I'm tripping. Dude, I was like... I do want to stay up to watch the finals of this tournament, but man, I'm getting tired. Can the U.S. play in this tournament? No. My understanding is You can't play in any tournaments in the TPC region, but I'm not. Well, actually, I don't know if that is 100% true. Maybe that's only Japan. I'm actually just don't know. It's country locked. All right, Cash confirms. It is country locked. There's a Regidrago. There's a Ogre pawn. Another pawn. They need an E-switch and an attachment for turn. They have the Legacy Star to work with. They got a lot. Can still see a ton of cards. Would prefer to get there without the Legacy Star, of course. Save it for later or just don't use it throughout the game is always fine. They're now just an E-switch short. I'm going to start with the Iono. Once again, trying to avoid using the Legacy Star overall. Would prefer not to. What do you need to be able to play in them? Because I know Hegi plays in Japan. You have to have residence, right? You show proof that you're from there or reside there. Yeah. Hegi was able to play in Japan because he was going to school in Japan. All right, there's the Ultra Ball. I still haven't seen the Energy Switch yet. I don't know if it's in hand. But they still could Legacy Star to get there. I would Legacy over giving my opponent a new hand there. That's actually reasonable, to be honest, Locke. Yeah, you could have just... I think I agree with that. Because they didn't... Colress last turn. They didn't get a Comfy in play or use a Comfy or even Abyss Seeking. Their hand is probably definitely pretty tapped with resources. Yeah, at least start with the Legacy Star, see what it gives you, and then go from there. I think I agree with you on that one. Just Legacy Star first. If it's really bad, then we go into the Iono. But if it's not, then we just attack from there. Figure out the rest on the future turns. Dude, I mean, I don't think they're... It just... I don't think they're doing anything. It just... They just don't... And I don't, like, call out... They just don't sufficiently shuffle. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't think they're trying to do anything, but they just don't do it. So what are we going to back in with another Ultra Ball here? The only way we could get here... I mean, you get another Regidrago or you could get Mew. Is that Tina V? Oh, it is a Tina V. Goes with the Raging Ball instead? Nope. I feel like a Regidrago V or goes with the back to the Tina V. Is Mew prize? Because I feel like Mew's the take here. Okay, there we go. Regidrago V. Undecided. All right. Here we go. Legacy Star. There's the E-switch off the top. Another E-switch. We'll only need one of them, though. So I don't even know what else we're going to take here. Definitely taking an E-switch. And then I don't even know what else we take from here. They're playing Tina V and V-Star and Bolt. It looked like it. I think I saw the Tina V-Star earlier. Oh, there it is in the discard pile. I see it right now. And they definitely, yeah, they play the V-Star, and the Bolt, yeah. Looks like they're going to opt for that Boss as the second card off the Star here. And they do have the Retreat and Attack. Knocking out the Greninja. And then I assume you put... Do you just split it up 4-4? You probably just split it up 4-4, right? Knock out Greninja 4 on each Tina V here. Let's see what they choose to go with here. There we go. Four. You do Gudra here? Well, they have 0 in the Lost Zone, though. You don't Gudra with 0 in the Lost Zone, do you? Let's just unless you want to avoid Cram punching you. But I don't think Cram punching you makes a big difference, right? Three. Oh, 3-3. Yeah, my bad. Damn, if it did 8, though, that'd be kind of crazy. There's the Pokegear. Did they whiff? Sheesh, they got Iono'd out of a Colress-less hand into a Pokegear, into Pokegear with Colress. That's not good. It's going to be an Abyss Seeking. They have a Nest Ball, but the only thing they could get here is like a Comfey. I guess you could argue that getting a Colress off this turn is too important to not do, but Abyss Seeking is like effectively a Colress. So you could just get Comfey here. And then, or not get, you could even not even just use the Nest Ball and just go with the Abyss Seeking. But they go for a Cram, okay. Can't punch with the Cram though. They're just gonna get it. And then here comes the Abyss Seeking. They can get up to... Oh, they're going to try and go for some stall in here. They're going to bring up the Squawkabilly. Hope there's no way to move it next turn. I don't hate it. You're kind of in a desperate situation here. And if there's a whiff on retreating the Squawkabilly next turn, maybe you actually have a chance to make a comeback here. There's a Colress finally. We're definitely taking that. Gives up a V-Star and a Psychic. I don't know what the other card was. So it's Colress something. And there's the pass. All right. Can they move the Squawkabilly? That's all you need to do this turn is at least move Squawkabilly. There's an Iono. No Billy being moved yet, but 5 new cards will hopefully lead to that. There we go. The Colress also taken away here from the Lost Tina player. Maybe they'll find another one. We'll see. There's a Superior. All right. All right. Oh, was that a Regidrago V-Star? Wait, is that their third Regidrago V-Star, actually? Are they out of Regidrago V-Stars? They might be out of them. They still have Ogerpon as attackers, and they are pretty far ahead, but if it does get caught up to, though, if it gets KO'd, Regidrago, that is, there's a retreat. You can knock out the active. And then honestly, do you just spread 6, all 6 onto the Giratina? Probably, right? It just makes it an easier KO for your Ogerpon, potentially. Which, that's how you could win the game, right? You could go Ogerpon, KO Tina. Or even just attaching for turn. Oh, they attach the Squawkabilly. They can't do that, yeah. The opponent catches it. Good. So yeah, you could go Regidrago, KO the active. I mean, the Tina player still needs a lot this turn to get a return KO, to be honest. Getting a return KO seems pretty unlikely here. And they do just go with 6 on the Tina. Gonna be the Cram send up here. 2 prize cards. They have a Pokegear in hand. Okay. They have a switch into the Comfey as well. So Comfey first, then to the Pokegear. We are looking for that Colress still. Colress yet to be played here. Here we go. Top 7. I guess a Roxanne. No, Roxanne would not be great. We need to find a Colress here. I thought I saw one. All right, they pick. Scoop it up. Go next. Okay. Love to see. That's a good scoop there, I think. No Colress. If you hit Colress there, I think we can play it out. I think we go a little bit further. I like the concede here. Not a ton of time left, but there is enough time, I think. Lost Tina is a little bit of a slower deck, but I think there is enough time here. And yeah, I assume we'll see Lost Tina going first in this one. Yeah, I assume we'll see Lost Tina going first here. We'll see. Three Colress prize or what? No, I just couldn't find them. I mean, I guess there could have been. We saw 1 Colress, but I mean, there could have been. We just don't know. I don't know. Could have been. We know there was at least 1 in the deck. We saw 1 at one point. But the rest could have been prized. But they don't have a prize cam, so we don't know. All right, here we go. Like I said, I assume Tina's going to choose first here. So far, we have not seen like a clean setup from the Tina side at all. They open Sableye here, which is like not that big of a deal. They got the Poffin for the double Comfy. I think I see 2 bosses orders in the hand. I don't see Colress, but plenty of time to find it, especially if they chose to go first, which I'm assuming they did. The Poffin will be able to find 2 Comfy to begin with. And they start. Yeah, I think it is 2 different full art bosses orders in the hand there. The draw, I think that's Ursaluna. Is that Ursaluna I saw there? I'm pretty sure it's Ursaluna. Here come the Comfies. Clef's start on the other side, pretty good. Clef is a pretty good starter going second. Or a pretty good Pokemon to potentially utilize going second, I should say. The mat is ever so slightly askew. So a little bit right now. There's been some times where it's been pretty bad. Right now it's all right. All right, here comes the Jet. Now we're selecting. Ooh, another Comfy. Could have kept it, but we don't have as many switch cards in something like a Tina deck. Another Jet. I don't know what the other card is. Jets are usually pretty good though. Ooh, Jet versus Gate. That's what ends up with the Jet. They do have a Gate in the hand. Okay, here we go. The Tina player or the Regidrago player could get off a turn 1 attack here. They could get off a turn 1 attack here. They could even get a spread attack off. They could attack turn 1 with Regidrago V here, knock out Comfy, and then like spread some damage to Comfy or something like that. Or maybe you'd rather spread it to the Sableye because they're not going to switch card the Sableye. Yeah, turn 1 attack is definitely very possible here. Well, I guess they're going to be a turn 1 attack no matter what, because if you don't get off a turn 1 knockout, I guess a turn 1 knockout is possible. We'll Grasping draw probably if we don't get a turn 1 knockout, but at the very least, we'll get a turn 1 attack off in the Grasping draw. Ooh, the Billy off the rip here. That's not what you want to see. Okay, they're going back into the deck at the very least, bro. I just like find the shuffle. It's so funny because like the player on the right with the blue sleeves, their shuffling's like fine. They are going back into the deck with an Ultra Ball, so it's like not super their shuffling is pretty egregious, but like that was like if that's how they were like ending it. They do like 2 or 3 Hindus and they pass it over, which is obviously like not sufficiently random. There it is. Yep. Just one Hindu shuffle. That's it. Just a little bit of shuffling. Just a wee bit of shuffling. The Regidrago secured. Here comes the Squawkabilly. I'm allowed to shuffle after somebody does that, right? You are allowed to shuffle your opponent's deck any single time you want after they conclude a shuffle. But if your opponent shuffles like that, you shouldn't just shuffle their deck because you think they insufficiently shuffled it. You should tell them to shuffle their deck more. And if they refuse to, you should call a judge. You shouldn't simply make up for your opponent's lack of shuffling. You should inform them that they need to shuffle the deck further and consistently shuffle the deck further to a point of sufficiently random each time they shuffle their deck. So that way you don't have to shuffle their deck every single time to make it sufficiently random. That way you can have the choice of shuffling or cutting or tapping or whatever. Because otherwise it feels like you do kind of have to do the shuffling for them. So you shouldn't. You should just let them know they need to shuffle more. Yeah. Okay, there comes the Iono now. Yeah, don't shuffle for your opponent. Don't shuffle for your opponent. Tell them they just need to shuffle more. Oh, did they draw 7 there? Aroma back on top. I'm going to shuffle it in. They have an E-switch in hand. Oh, they were just going to use the Ogre anyway, so they're like, all right, I'm just going to got it. They actually have double E-switch. They have 2 E-switch in hand, I think. They were actually really close to a turn 1 attack here. They almost got there. I think they're just the fire energy. They're just missing the fire energy. And it could be in there, honestly. There's so much gold going on in there, I can't tell for sure. I mean, this could find Mew EX, and that could draw into the fire, I guess. Then they're kind of bench locked out of a second Regidrago, but I didn't see what they got off that, but oh, did they just fail it? All right, Nest Ball, fail. 13 minutes left, so they have a decent amount of time. Is that 2 more E-switches in the hand? Jesus. There's so many E-switches. There's the Mew. They could E-switch it back, and then Mew for 2 to try and draw into a Vessel or a Fire here. Or are they just going to Cleffa draw cards? They have bench locked themselves out of a second Regidrago now. Alright, they're just going to go for the Cleffa for 4. I don't even know why you'd bench the Mew then. I feel like if you're going to Cleffa draw, you shouldn't bench Mew to bench lock yourself out. Because your Cleffa might not get KO'd there. They play Penny? Yeah, but you don't have to rely on finding the Penny. I feel like that's like not reliable. That's not a reliable way to give access to your bench again. I'm so confused. Oh, I thought they were holding their hand. I thought they mixed their hand with their discard pile right there. I was lost. All right. Earlier Colress. Actually, early as possible. Yeah, I guess they're not totally bench locked. That's true. Honestly, I think the Penny might even be in their hand right here, but they don't have the fire. Well, they could have the fire energy now, actually. You got the Colress. KOing Clef was kind of pointless, though. So if you could actually attack with Greninja this turn, that would probably be optimal. They also need to get a Tina on the bench at the very least as well. They're getting to 5 here. If they get into the other Comfey, that's 6. Not quite 7. So they're not quite there. There's the Cram. Honestly, Cram Punch Cleffa is pretty pointless. I don't know. Is that the actual best play to do? I wonder if even just leaving Comfey in the active and passing was better, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, why would you want to... You don't... Actually, no. Yeah. No. Yes. No. Like, you shouldn't attack here. You should leave them bench locked. Why would... You would just, like, freed up their bench. We put ourselves on odd prize cards, which means Ionos hit us harder. We gave our opponent a bench space for, like, basically nothing. We gained, like, nothing for doing that. And now we unlocked our opponent's bench. So we just should have gone, like, pass with Comfey in the active. We could have, honestly, you could have switched into Cram and pass. But anything, we just shouldn't have done this. This is the thing we shouldn't have done, which was take a knockout. Leaving Cram in the active, I guess, like, theoretically was fine. But double E switch. Oh, wait, do they have Boss Greninja? KO double Comfey? That'd be pretty good. Oh, wait, also, like, the Mew just... Oh, they got it! Let's go! They're cooking! Also, Mew can copy Lost Impact. Which, I mean, this play, we're going to do this for sure. But that's like a thing, I guess. I don't really think about that in the moment. They don't have much else to work with, but they do have Legacy Star for next turn. Now they got that extra bench space that I was talking about. I'm sure you would love to see an attachment. Oh, no, we attached to the Mew this turn, right? We did our attachment for turn. There we go. Double Comfey KO'd. The Greninja's now trapped in the active. Not trapped, but it's in the active now. It's like one more thing we have to move. We still need to get to 7 in the loss zone. They also have to discard 2 energy for Greninja. They just like copied Greninja without discarding energy. It's pretty good. That'd be a pretty good attack. Okay, they caught it, yeah. I think so far they've caught in every mix-up. Like a little bit afterwards. Why is his bench a trapezoid? I don't know. That's a boss. No Colress. Uh-oh. You can get a Comfey here. That's once again a start to getting back into... Oh, we're going for second Tina. Is it going to at least be an Abyss Seeking here? Pass with Greninja in the active seems terrible. They're just on the table doing their job at least. Yeah, they've been keeping up with anything that's slipped up so far. Anything that has slipped up so far, they have caught. Maybe less Comfy prize? Could be. Nine minutes left. Time is like very slightly starting to become a concern. There's a Comfy. Gonna be another. The amount of times. Oh, we got that Regidrago to potentially boss stall this time, though. The amount of times Tina has tried to boss stall this deck, this series, is like too high. No Abyss Seeking. They do have Roxanne in hand, so they're kind of like waiting to be able to use this Roxanne. But we could see some interesting plays here. We could see some interesting plays here, actually, from the Regidrago player. They could, like, not take a knockout here. They could just, like, bring up the Tina and then Dragapult spread. Penny coming in clutch. Hey. It didn't free up the bench space for the Regidrago. But it did get it out of there. We're going to get it back into play here as well. We can put it back on the bench. Oh, we got plenty of energy in the deck here as well. Wait, V-Star right now? I feel like that was like a little bit unnecessary. The bosses seem pretty good here, though. Oh, he can copy the Greninja again. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about that. Do we need 2 E-switch, though? We don't need 2 E. Well, maybe it's the best thing to do. Yeah, I didn't even think about that happening again. Yeah, I guess the E-switches do make the most sense because you have to use more Ogre. You have to move more energy off the Ogre Pawns. We're cooking out here with this Greninja, bro. This is insane. The Mew copying Greninja. Again, we're just doing it again. Yeah, time is like no longer a concern here. Yeah, I don't think time's going to be a factor at all. Actually, what are their time rules? Whoever went second gets the last turn, right? Or he gets to even up the turns if the turns are uneven. Yeah, whoever went second gets the last turn. That is what it is. Not very many cards left in the deck, but you don't need very many. Whoa, wait. Oh, we have 2 E-switch. We have 2 E-switch. We switch them both up to the Mew. I thought we messed up there, but we did recover 2 E-switch. We're chilling. We get to use the Greninja attack again. KO Sableye, KO Comfy. Go down to 2 prize cards left. I believe Giratina V-Star's in the discard pile. So we're just like Gust KO on the Giratina V-Star off the bench away. Roxanne will be active here, so will Counter Catcher. But the struggle in all of this is going to be to get to 7 in the loss zone. If you're playing Roxanne for your turn, that's not Colress. We do have 1 Comfy on the bench, but that's about to get KO'd. We'd have to like Super Rod back double Comfy, then go Comfy, and then Mirage Gate or something comboed with Roxanne. I don't know what they're thinking about here. I guess they could be thinking about not taking a KO here, but I think you could like punch both Tinas for 90, but I think you definitely, yeah, you just take the prize cards. Tap deck is honestly Tina KO Regidrago is pretty good just in general across the board. I feel like, right? That's solid, you know. There's the Counter Catcher and the Roxanne, and there's a Super Rod to recover some Comfies. It could come together here. Oh, they just love stalling in this. They just love going for the stalling plays. I mean, I guess like this into Abyss Seeking isn't terrible, but like there's a Mew EX on the bench and the deck plays a ton of energy and energy recovery. I don't know. I don't know if this I don't know if I like this, but I kind of like going. I like going a little bit more all out here. I think Super Rod back some Comfies, try and get the loss impact KO on the Regidrago. I like that play a little bit better, but we'll see if we can stall for a turn here. I assume what they're looking for is like an Abyss Seeking. But I don't know, with the Mew EX in play, that's so much draw over the next couple turns. Like it doesn't feel like it's gonna pay off. I think there's 3 Jet Energy in that hand there. And they have the Super Rod. Now they can recover the Comfies. But the Regidrago's not in the active to knock out here. Their hand is like 3 Jet. What the heck? There's 1 Nest Ball. Well, they probably want to concealed cards first, though. Try and draw into one Comfy, and then try and get the other one. Opponent has fire in hand. They do have a fire in hand, yes. Put 4 energy on the Mew last turn. Oh, that would have been a good play there as well, Locke. Yeah, that is a good play. That way you're close with two attackers instead of one. Okay, there's the Greninja. What is that card? What was that last card they drew there? It feels like they don't have quite. Well, they have Switch and Jet Energy in hand now, so they just need to find. Well, they need to find Double Gate though if they're gonna lose Impact. Well, no, they have to find like Counter Catcher again. I don't even know what we're trying to accomplish here, to be honest. I feel like we have to like, based on the situation, it feels like we have to Abyss Seeking, but they're going into Comfy. Like Lost Impact KO Squawkabilly is like so low value, it's like not even worth it. I feel like. Well, I think you just lose because I think there's the Tina V-Star in the discard pile. So you just, if you did that play, you would literally just lose the game. So this was always an Abyss Seeking angle anyway. So we probably should just Abyss Seeking instead of setting up Comfy here. I can get behind a Cram Punch though. I can get behind a Cram Punch instead, maybe though. Does Tina still have Prime Catcher? Oh, they did still have Prime Catcher, I guess. I think you are right. I think the Prime Catcher is still around. Yeah. So I guess we could have got back into Prime. I guess it's possible they played double. It's possible they also played double Counter Catcher. They had this one Counter Catcher at least. They could have had another one though. There could be two. Could always be two. All right, Vessel coming into play. The Ogre Pawns are gonna load up some more energy. Fire Energy in hand to retreat the active at the very least. They are just a boss away from winning here, I believe. I think they have Tina V-Star in the discard pile. So they just need boss on the Tina V-Star on the bench here, and then they have game. Or they should have game. We'll see. And that's if they find boss. I'm pretty sure they have it though. They did discard 2 boss off the Legacy Star though. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know how many boss they play. They did get discard 2 boss off of Legacy Star though. They could play this slower actually and like just attach to Mew and pass. Like maybe do you use both Ogre Pawns and then attach to Mew pass. So you have 2 threats in the Regidrago and the Mew for the next turn. I guess you can Squawkabilly, right? You can Squawkabilly and motivate to the Mew. Yeah. You can motivate to the Mew. That's better. Because now you have 2 threats. Which is better than 1. I don't know if they have a boss left. I don't see a boss. Well, there's like is that a Prime Catcher? No, it's a Scoop Up Cyclone. The Cyclone angle. So I guess they can attack with, how could you even make this work on the other side then? Is there even like a possibility? Is there a win condition for Tina now? It doesn't feel like there is. There's this Scoop Up Cyclone, but I don't think it's going to do a whole ton. Oh no. This could be a big throw. Regidrago is sent up. This could be a huge throw. The Mew's not ready to go. I don't even know if they have any E-Switch left. So the Tina player could possibly go KO Regidrago and then KO Mew. 30 seconds left though. Who went first? Tina went first. So Tina doesn't have enough turns. There's a come on, pick and attack. Hand motion. That's the KO. It doesn't even matter. If Tina gets one more turn, it doesn't matter. Double loss, it seems. No, it's top cut rules. It won't be double loss. You can't have a double loss in top cut. And time. Time? Any timers in chat? Tina player's playing super fast. So time hasn't been called yet for how... like, just the mannerisms from the Tina player makes you think time has not been called yet. Time on screen has been called, but... But that's not the timer that matters. The timer that matters is whatever the timer the judges are working with. All right. Oh. put to their hand, but it's pretty obvious. It's not a huge deal. Steal cards. Lugia and V-Star. Jet up and then lost impact knockout. They're still playing really fast, so I feel like time has not been called yet. There we go. Lost impact knockout. So it's 3 prize cards to 1 prize card. What do they even have left for reason? They don't have anything. Oh, is there a superior in there? Maybe there's a little bit left. There might be a superior in there. Not enough to win the game this turn. A lot of energy in hand, actually. I want to know if time's been called. I think at this point it has. I think at this point it has been called. Is this the last turn? I think so, yeah. This should be the last turn. This should be the last turn, I'm pretty sure. We'll see though. Or maybe time hasn't been called and then I just can't tell. I can't tell. Because like the mannerisms that the players are, because it looks like the team players like, come on, bro, what are they doing? So you gotta get going, do something. But the team, like, they wouldn't care. I think it's called exactly now, maybe. Because it seems like the team of players motioning, like, come on, you got to make a player, like. But also the Red Dragon player's not doing anything, so. Okay. Well, yeah. So time called. Regidrago player went second. So that turn where Regidrago was playing out their turn was the last turn of the game. Regidrago was ahead in prize cards, so Regidrago does get the win there in the end. Of water energy. And then game 2, they attach the 1 water to Tina, to the ninja. It's still correct for me to still bench my mana fee. It's like, it's still a correct. It's not me misplaying. I didn't fall for your bluff. I just made the correct play. It's like I made the correct play, and well, you don't play that card. Oh well. It's like playing around a 4th boss when your opponent doesn't play a 4th boss, but it's correct for you to play around 4th boss because the list, like 90% of the time, plays 4th boss, but this person plays it only 3 boss, right? Like, it's still not a misplay on their end. Okay. Getting into the match, top 4. We got here pretty fast, actually, which is pretty sick. We might be able to get through everything. At this point, I'm committed to watching the finals. We've got Baxcalibur with Dunsparce, with the Dunsparce. Versus Iron Hands. Actually, hang on. Let me get the prediction up because I don't have a prediction up yet. Ooh. Wait, did I not pay out the last prediction? No, I did. And I got to refresh the thing. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Fresh token. All right, there we go. It is up. Oh, we have it's literally a POW mirror. So we have the Dunsparce backs, versus, I mean, I would assume not the Dunsparce backs, but who knows? Maybe it is the Dunsparce backs versus the Dunsparce backs. Is the Dunsparce is it actually ever better than B-Barrel? I really can't see a world where it's actually better than B-Barrel. This one is a B-Barrel build. So it's Bib versus the Dun. Yeah, how is the Dunsparce ever better than B-Barrel? It seems a little wild, but definitely a little. It definitely is a little wild. See how it goes. Maybe in the mirror with no hand disruption. I could see in mirror match. I can see it. They also play Aroma, bruh. Let's go. This build's kind of wild. The Dunsparce and Aroma. There's an Irida as well. So, pretty good setup here on the B-Barrel side, on Jason's side. But did go second. So we'll see what... how do you pronounce that first name? Jung? We'll see what Jung can pull off on their second turn. Ideally, just looking for a Chien-Pao KO Iron Hands. That's all you need to find here is just Chien-Pao KO Iron Hands. You're in a pretty good spot. You'll be in a pretty good spot. Oh, did they get rid of a Chien-Pao there? Interesting. Oh, they're going to get the lightning energy here. All right, all right. Get the lightning set up. Maybe Jung plays a line of Palafin. Amaze tanky. 340 HP. Hit 250. It's not bad. I doubt they have the Palafin in there, though. Throw the lightning down, and there's the pass. All right. Will we see the Chien-Pao knockout here from Jung? All right. Into the first sparse. Goes back to the deck. So it doesn't need too much from here. They have candy in hand. Another one. I see another aroma in the hand. I wonder if they even play Ultra Ball. Or are we just relying on hitting aroma heads to find Baxes? Tails. It's going to be a basic. Ice. They don't play +3 ice. They play even turns. So basically, they play whoever went second gets the last turn. They don't play +3. It's 55 minutes plus whoever went second gets the last turn. All right, there's the next ball and the Shivery Chill. And they had a candy in hand. I don't know if they quite have the Baxcalibur. But they still have the draw with the concealed cards coming up. There we go. That might have been Bax. I can't really tell. They do have a Bax. They have a Vessel as well. And a Superior. So they should have the KO. Oh, they have Era to work with as well. Oh, they're definitely cooking here. Ideally, probably wants to get a Poff in here to reestablish the Dunsparce. But looks like potentially eyeing up. Oh, wait, they can Greninja. No, they already retreated, right? They can't Greninja to knock out this turn. They can't Greninja to knock out this turn. So yeah, Poffin would probably be nice to reestablish the Dunsparce. Prime Catcher. Oh, Prime Catcher would work. That's true. Yeah, you could Prime Catcher. Is it in there? Nope. Goes for the Poffin. The prime, I don't see the prime. Actually, I think the Prime Catcher is probably prized. I don't see it in the hand either. Looks like they might have to commit to the Superior here. I think. Did I say there was a Superior in the hand? I think there was a Superior in the hand. Was the now I'm curious if the Prime Catcher was in there. Only getting one though. Oh, because they're leaving the bench space for the second Chien-Pao, I guess. Yeah, you gotta protect the Dunsparce though. You gotta protect him. I guess that makes sense why they didn't get two, because then they would be able to snipe two with the Greninja. But with the Bravery Charm on this one, you do protect the 2 prize turn from the Greninja here coming up. So now you can't get Greninja for 2, but you don't get to put 2 Dunsparce in play. Unfortunately, you have to settle for 1. But I mean, 1 is better than none here. That's for sure. But we do set up like continued draw power here. To Bravery Charm. I was actually curious why the Chien-Pao was got off the Irida there, because I feel like we'd want to chain Chien-Paos. I think we probably should have got Frigibax instead of... We should have got Frigibax instead of Chien-Pao. There we go. There's a knockout. We got the first 2 prize knockout here. Oh, wait a second, though. Jason plays Vacuum. And I think it's in the hand. So Jason here can vacuum the... Jason plays Vacuum, and it has it in the hand. So what are you going to next here from Jason? I almost want to see the concealed cards next. Is it just going to load 2 and draw 4? That's I don't know about the math. I mean, I kind of like the idea of concealed cards first, but there we go. We got it. Vacuum away a Poffin. Or should we vacuum away something else? I can't tell what that other card in the hand is. Goodbye, Bravery Charm. 3rd energy. Now we get the KO on the Sparse. And the Frigibacks for the 2 prize turn, leaving a 1 prizer in our active, which theoretically can put us ahead in the prize trade here. And had the Pokestop, but didn't put it in play to not give it over to Jung to be able to utilize there. All right, starting off with the Shivery Chill. Looks like we'll probably at least have the return KO, but it is a Chien-Pao knocking out a 1 prizer, which is not what you want to be doing here. The other play they could play for would be like retreat into Greninja and Greninja KO Frigibacks and 90 on Baxcalibur, and then like threaten the removal of Baxcalibur from play with that play. Would be an interesting interesting choice to go for. There's another Aroma. Probably hoping for a Tails here. But it was a Heads. I don't think concealed cards has been used, right? No. Just the Shivery Chill. There we go. There's a Poffin. And the Superior. S-Ball as well. Ooh, okay, wait. There's the Iron Hands here. That lightning should be in the discard pile. So we actually have that. We do have a 2 prize turn here. We have the Iron Hands for 2. I always forget about Iron Hands. I don't know how I always forget about Iron Hands. We got the hands for 2, though. We got the hands for 2. Uses the Poffin. Does need to reestablish another Fridge. Otherwise, our only Baxcalibur go down and gets a Dunsparce. Or maybe you're going to opt to not get the Dunsparce. Dunsparce does seem fine here, though, because if you attack with hands, it should be safe. If you attack with Iron Hands, Greninja can't attack back into you safely, so... That's Prime Catcher as well. I don't think we have a Prime Catcher in here, though. All right. Goodbye to Dunsparce. And I think it's Candy versus Prime Catcher in hand. Keeps the Prime. There's the load up. Hands for 2. 2 prize cards left. Okay, over to Jason. No draw power in play, though. There is no draw power here. Besides, I guess concealed cards. Concealed cards is an option. The question is, like, what is the best thing to even KO here as Jason? Could KO the active. With a rare candy just discarded, you could go after the Baxcalibur, I guess, and hope there's no Prime Catcher. No, but then you just lose to Prime Catcher. That's not good. I think you just have to KO the active and hope. Yeah, I think you just KO the active and hope for the best here. There's 4 waters, and there should be at least 1. If there's not 1 water in the deck, there's a good chance we can get there, I assume, with maybe the stop. But there probably is a water in the deck, which means we just have the KO here with the Chien-Pao on the active. B-Barrel also been used. Yeah, there's 2 waters right there. All right, so we got the knockout, and then just a Superior away on the other side to close it out. And Dunsparce Pao takes game 1 potentially here in our top 4 match. Let's see. Go up to the Fridge. Oh, Pokestop's getting used. I was so confused. I thought they motioned like they were going to draw 2 off B-Barrel. I'm actually still confused. Don't they not have enough energy in play? Or do they have 4 in play? I can't tell how many are under the Chien-Pao. It looks like 2, but it could be 3. I just can't tell. It's 3? They loaded 3? Okay. I'm like nervous that they're going to discard too much energy. Well, it looks like the judges have stopped them here. I'm not sure why. What did they miss? What was missed? Did someone do too many? Did someone mess up? I didn't see anything. You see anything, chat? No. Well, I just put a superior energy retrieval up on stream. I don't know what's wrong. They're kind of zooming for me. They're definitely playing fast. Both players are playing like pretty fast. Maybe they didn't like the Greninja coming to play the way it did. I don't know. The Frigibacks retreated. Dude, honestly, I have no clue what happened. I am so curious what the heck happened. Aroma and concealed cards without shuffling. Oh, was that it on Jung's side? His shuffling was definitely I don't know, one Hindu. Like I don't even know one Hindu. But I don't know. I did. Listen, I'm not like if the players are held, if sufficient what's it called is held to a different standard there, it doesn't really matter. I think it might be a talk about the players playing too fast. Like if the judges are just okay with every player doing like one Hindu shuffle to finalize their shuffling, it's like, well, I mean, it's not sufficiently random, but like whatever. If everyone's held to the same standard, not who cares, but like that's just how it works over there. It's like kind of whatever. Ideally, hopefully they get to the point where they do sufficiently randomize. I think the only player that I've seen so far be thorough with their shuffling was the last the Lost Tina player was the only one who was like actually sufficiently randomizing their deck. But I'm not sure. Thing is, he concealed cards after Aroma. He got the Iron Hands energy on the concealed cards drawn. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Did he? The right player did not shuffle deck. When? We go back and look at the sequence. It was on the concealed cards. Let's see if we can go back and see it real fast. It was going into the hands knockout. See if we can see it. Oh, it was right there, right? The lightning. Oh, they did cut though. They didn't use it. They got that. They cut and then they concealed. They cut and then the concealed cards happened, right? Oh, he said like wait, like I'm gonna go back in, but then didn't. There's a Superior and a Puff in there. I don't know what shuffle it was actually on then. Okay. All right, so we're back into the game here. It looks like there was no prize penalty issued on either side. Because the game would be over one way or the other. If there was a penalty issued on either side, the game would be over one way or another. So no penalty issued, it looks like. Prime Catcher is being considered here. But they already retreated, so I don't think Prime Catcher works here. He did cut, but he didn't shuffle. Oh, okay. Prime is grabbed. Are we gonna grab a Pokemon? I don't even know if you need to grab Pokemon here, to be honest. I guess you could. It's gonna go for a Chien-Pao. And then it's just knockout hands and then KO Chien-Pao next turn. And just hope that Jung doesn't find a superior energy retrieval. Oh no, they're gonna go after the backs, but now they just lose the Prime Catcher on the other side because hands is still set up. Honestly, I have no idea what's the better play here. But yeah, Jung does have the Prime Catcher, Greninja, Iron Hands knockout. I mean, no matter what they were, I actually don't know how likely they were to find a superior on the other side, to be honest. Did he double retreat? I'm not sure actually, to be honest. I have no idea what the situation was. I think both players were probably just playing too fast and not clearly showing what they were doing. is my guess, because they definitely were playing really fast. Minimal randomization was being applied to the decks as well, so that would be my guess, but we'll see. Well, game 1 is won by Jung. So I assume in going into game 2, Jason will choose first. I don't see a reason not to go first here. And we'll see if can respond back with I mean, dude, the Chien-Pao mirror match is just such a bad mirror match. It's such a bad mirror match. Just go first, try and attack turn 2 with Greninja, KO the Frigibacks. Repeat. I guess this one was kind of a little bit more interesting. It wasn't Frigibacks. It was just yeah, it wasn't Frigibacks involved. Or KOing Frigibacks. It was still a 2-prize turn, though. Just Chien-Pao KO hands, into hands for 2, into hands for 2. All right, here we go. That's a really good hand here from Jung. And a mulligan to work with as well. See how good of a start Jason has to like play towards that like potential turn 2 snipe play or turn 2 Greninja play. Give her some Frigibacks or something like that. Oh yeah, they didn't have this is the first time they've had the second turn marker out there. All right, do we got a basic? Nope, mulligan number 2. So Jung definitely gonna have a pretty strong. I think Jung already has like a Poffin and a Irida in hand, so gonna have a really strong start for sure. Very strong start, especially going second. Well, we see mulligan at number 3. And I'm not sure. Looks good. Chien-Pao start, which isn't bad. Going first. Going second, Chien-Pao start is pretty bad. But going first is not terrible. Mulligans are in. We have a Poffin to work with here. Double retreat Frigiback's not good either. Oh no! Is it Shiver, Chill, and Chill? Going into the vessel. I think it might be a Shiver, Chill, and Chill here. That's not good. Didn't get the lightning. Didn't search the lightning out though, which is interesting. That can be that much harder to find if you don't do it. Yeah, I'm not sure why Jason isn't searching out the lightning here. I thought I saw it in there. Maybe it's prized. Oh, there it is. Yeah. I don't know why we're not searching out the lightning here. If we're going to put a ton of energy in our hand and just clog up our hand, may as well get the lightning involved. We have increased our access to it overall, so we can actually use Iron Hands when we want to. I don't think there's anything in the hand. I don't think it's like a Greninja or a Poffin. Nope, attach pass. Not good. I mean, you're going to be able to get the first prize card, but it's not about getting the first prize card in this match. It's about getting the first 2 prize cards. And now that opportunity will be given over to Jung on this next turn. Double 70 HP Frigibacks. 2 of the thick lads. 2 of them. Yep, there's that Irida. We get like Greninja Vessel. I mean, you can't get into Chien-Pao on this first turn. Even though actually in this situation, getting into Chien-Pao turn 1 wouldn't be bad, to be honest. Because you opened up the Frigibacks, you can't get into Chien-Pao on this first turn. Is gonna go for the Greninja. If there's no energy around, going for Vessel makes sense. But it's gonna go for an Aroma. There's a Greninja. Maybe there is an energy in hand? I don't know. A Rotom? Alright. Is there a 4 Seal Stone in this list as well then? If you're playing Rhodey. Oh, no, we do have the Vessel in hand. Alright, Vessel coming in. Draw some more cards here with the Greninja. And then even more cards with the Rotom here. Yeah, Jung's going for the... I feel like you gotta go for Lightning Energy here. Going for Lightning Energy just makes sense. It does go for it. Sealed cards. You still should probably attach a water to the active here. Yeah, I like that. And there's the Rotom for 3. I feel like... no, that's not true. I was gonna say, Jason does play... Jason plays Vacuum, but Jason also plays Irida. So in this situation, I actually feel like Jason should probably just retreat the Chien-Pao to a 1-prize Pokemon and pass. I guess you could go for the knockout. I don't know. I guess like if Jung gets... If Jung can KO your 1-prize Pokemon, maybe Jung can KO your... Can attack with Greninja anyways. Oh, that's not 100% true because Chien-Pao might be the way to find the energy. So I feel like Jason should... I feel like Jason should let me think about that. I feel like Jason should just retreat to like a Frigibax and pass. Because if you KO the Frigibax, I'm actually not sure about that. I actually just don't know what the correct play is here, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. All right, there's the triple fridge. So we're going triple fridge, which means Greninja doesn't just like take us out of the game. But then we also have to put 3 Frigibacks in play, which is not great. Because that means we're getting no Bidoof on this first turn. So we get into B-Barrel on the next turn. There we go. The fridges are in. And this is also where Jung can just like commit to not KOing any Frigibacks and just like let them all sit there and play, and yeah, is gonna go for the knockout. So now Jung can respond with just going KO Chien-Pao and just leave all the Frigibacks in play. Yeah, you can just take that route, I think. Has the Frigibacks to replenish or to refill the bench here. Greninja play is still possible. I'm trying to think about like which play seems better overall. I just don't really know, to be honest. I think the main card that Jason's gonna have to find here is Iono, though. It's gonna be the main card to focus on trying to find. You can also play play aggressively for the Iono. And I'm trying to think. You could also go for like a Greninja play to like clean up Dunsparce's. Honestly, that should be probably a focus in this matchup on Jason's side, is just Greninja KO Dunsparce. And just shut down the draw engine. Because even though there's the possibility of the Iron Hands from Jung, if you take away the draw power, then it's possible that they just whiff the Iron Hands play because of that. I feel like playing towards that as Jason makes sense here. We'll see. Getting that Dunsparce back down to play probably is what we want to go for here. I'm actually curious with like what line of Dunsparce Jung even plays. It's probably just like a 2 or a 3-2 or something like that, right? I guess it could just be a 2-2. It's at least a 2-2, I would assume. There's a concealed. Stop and an energy. Oh, we are going for the Greninja play here to go after the fridges. Okay. So a way that... Actually, a way that Jason, well, I guess you could always create a bench space here as you. A way that Jason could respond to this would be to use Greninja and KO Frigibax and put 90 on Baxcalibur. But then you could just shuffle the Dunsparce back to the deck and make room for 2 more Frigibax. I'm not really sure that's worth it. Man, I don't know. All I know is I'm getting kind of tired. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough choice on Jason's side. Like, you're behind. So now how can you, what is the best route that could have potentially lead to you getting back ahead? I just don't know what that is. You got some options here though. There we go. KO's on the fridges. You generally want to KO the 70 HP Frigibax, so when that gets put back into play, there's something with 2 retreat costs in play. Or if that one has to be put back into play, I should say. So I think you're supposed to KO the 2 retreat. You're supposed to KO the 2 retreat Frigibax there, I think. Doing a quick count of the energy, probably to prepare for the potential Shivery Chill here. Shivery Chill. They have energy, a ton of energy in hand. No Shivery Chill, just go into the concealed. So there's either none or maybe only 1 left. So potentially wants to combo the Shivery Chill with a Super Rod. I don't even know if there's a Candy Baxcalibur in there. I can't even see. I have no idea what's in there. Why does everyone play with full art Iridas, bro? I can't tell when they're in the hand. Why can't one person play with non-full art cards? Goes for backs and goes for the prime. So might be trying to get cheesy here. This could be a KO on the Baxcalibur. I mean, there's no reason to get prime catcher here unless you're KOing Baxcalibur, to be honest. I feel like the play has to be KO Baxcalibur. There's still 2 energy in play here though for Jung. So Jung could go like KO Baxcalibur back. Yeah, there's the bring up of the Baxcalibur. And this, I imagine, is going to lead to, yeah, the knockout on the Baxcalibur with the Chien-Pao. He's going to go with the Super Rod and hasn't used Shivery Chill yet. So we'll be able to just Shivery Chill 2 of these out. He's going to recover a fridge as well, it looks like. Oh, yeah, it doesn't even have a fridge in play. I didn't even realize that. Is short a fridge. Or, I mean, you don't need a fridge. But now if your Baxcalibur gets KO'd, you just lose. So, would like a fridge. Would like a fridge. It's good to have a fridge. It's good to have a fridge. It's convenient. But no fridge happening here. I was thinking about playing this Ultra Ball as well. I would assume to get a Bidoof. There is a B-Barrel in hand, so we definitely want to try and get Bidoof here. There it is. Here comes Ultra Ball. Goodbye Vacuum and Candy. Goes for the Bidoof. So isn't even going to get another fridge down here. So you're just praying your Baxcalibur does not get KO'd. But the thing about the situation from Jung, actually, though, is Jung doesn't even need a Baxcalibur to KO the Baxcalibur. Just needs Prime Catcher. So you don't even need to establish a Baxcalibur here as Jung. You just need Prime Catcher. Immediately push up the Baxcalibur, though. Or the Chien-Pao, excuse me. That's also fine. If you can just KO through the active, that also works. I also see the 4 Sealstone in the hand here for Jung as well. So that will lead to... I mean, that probably is going to make it pretty easy to win from... Or to get any kind of play set up here, to be honest. Every chill coming in, maybe just for 1. Yeah, just going to be 1. Hasn't used concealed cards yet. And like I mentioned, has that 4 Sealstone. Yeah, I can't tell what's in the hand. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. I was about to be like, it doesn't look that good, but... Just see an Irida. Irida would lead to Candy. It looks like there's actually a Candy in hand, so you could still go KO that Baxcalibur here. I think I saw the Candy in hand. We'll see, though. Looks like a Candy to me. And yeah, Chien-Pao KO active is fine here. You don't need anything more than that. Comes an Aroma. can't tell what it is. I don't know. It is... I assume it's a heads then, because grabbed the Dunsparce. Didn't show the Dunsparce though. There we go. There's a show. Dunsparce is out. Candy Backs is out. And then just going to go for the KO on the active here. Seems fine to me. Down to 2 prize cards. Greninja gets pushed up here from Jason. Jason does play an Iono, but would need to find it here. And then also, I mean, the Dunsparce is there, and so is the Forest Seal Stone. The Forest Seal Stone didn't get used, right? No, it did get used. Okay. So there's still draw power from the Dunsparce on the bench, though. But you could go KO active plus Iono, possibly. There's a draw 3 off the B-Barrel. I see double Nest Ball. I don't see an Iono, though. I don't think we found it yet. Concealed Cards is still available, though. We still have Concealed Cards here. I feel like we haven't seen one Pokestop the series, no. No, we saw one at the beginning of this game. No, it would have been last game, because no one has a way to bump a stadium. There's the Nest Ball for the Chien-Pao. Still has the Concealed Cards, like I mentioned. Killing the active is no problem here, but you really want to find Iono. Because the hand here from Jung, it's not that big, but has had like multiple turns with the hand. Or like almost the whole game with the hand. So it's like 3 or 4 turns then, right? 3 turns? 3 turns. I'm not sure what this last card is. Another Nest Ball. I'm going to go further into thinning out the deck here. Sign up that Bidoof. Once again, looking for Iono. Disrupt the hand. Doesn't seem like it would be enough either way. I mean, it could be enough, honestly, to be honest. The Dunsparce doesn't draw that many cards. Only gets 3. A decent amount, though. I wonder if Jung even plays stop. Yeah, I don't even know if Jung does. All right, here comes his Superior for 4. So it's Concealed Cards and hope to get Iono off the Concealed Cards now. And... nope. Did find double Superior, so we'll be able to get the KO. But yeah, the Iono was the big card here. I have to imagine it's going to be pretty easy on Jung's side to get the return knockout without any hand disruption happening. There's load up 4 to the active, has 1 more in hand, loading up to the Greninja. There's the knockout on the Chien-Pao with the Chien-Pao. Going up to 2 prize cards here for Jason. Jung at 2 prize cards. Just needs to set up a return Chien-Pao. And from this position, I imagine should be pretty easy. There's a Superior. I can retreat the Greninja as well. Iron Hands could also get involved, I guess. There's a Concealed Cards for 2. Still has the draw from the Dunsparce as well. Doesn't seem to have acquired the Chien-Pao quite yet. Maybe still not. Needs to shuffle the deck there. There's an Arven. All right, I imagine Arven can probably lead to a Chien-Pao here. There's a Nest Ball grab and a Bravery Charm. Is there a Chien-Pao in the deck? You doesn't seem super confident. He's not playing that aggressively. Oh, there's a Super Rod, though, so this should basically lock it up here. Chien-Pao being recovered with 2 water energy. We'll see a Nest Ball for the Chien-Pao. He's probably going to even be able to Shivery Chill for the 2 waters. I don't even know if the 2 waters are necessary. They might be necessary. There's the retreat. Chien-Pao sent up. Shivery Chill. 2. Needs 2 more. We should have 4 waters here to close this one out here for Jung. 5 or 6 there. Why not? There we go. Knockout. Last 2 prize cards. And Jung walks away victor of the Chien-Pao mirror. So we will see Dunsparce Chien-Pao in the finals up against whatever was in the other top 4 match. Here we go. We got Jung going first. Open the Iron Hands, which is... it's an okay starter in this matchup. The problem with opening Iron Hands, though, is you can't really... ooh, but already has the Vessel, actually. I was going to say, the problem with opening Iron Hands is sometimes you can't find enough energy to actually attack with Iron Hands turn 2. Because you didn't get to use Chien-Pao at all. But Fast Vessel is going to find some energy. Here's the Nest Ball going to go for the Greninja. Already... oh, predictions? I got you. Boom, predictions up. Get them in chat. There's the attach to the hands. Here comes the Concealed Cards. There we go. 1 too many cards. There we go. I saw a heavy ball. I'm not sure what else, though. We need to find a fridge if we want to try and be aggressive on turn 2 here. Is there a fridge prized? Let's see. Nothing prized. Okay. Gives it over to Nick. And then pass. Okay, so no turn 2 threat here from Jung. Nick is playing Lost Box. Was that TM Devo I just saw? Into the Pokestop immediately. The hand doesn't look that good, to be honest, from Nick here. Okay, they're figuring out. Oh my gosh! Triple chorus off the Pokestop. Oh my gosh. Is it pass? Holy smokes. That was insane. You don't see that every day. All right. Back over to Jung. There's concealed cards. There's an Arvin. Okay. That is going to be able to find a Poffin. And I guess the 4 Sealstone. The 4 Sealstone's not that big of a deal. If only he didn't touch the stop. If you just left it, if you just passed. There's also no threat here from you. There's no way to actually KO. Okay, so Nest Ball for Rotom, then 4 Sealstone for Poffin, I assume, if there's not a Poffin in the hand. There we go. Here comes the Poffin. Poffin going to go ahead and grab Fridge. Honestly, you don't need double Fridge here, I feel like. He's going to go for the double Fridge. Doesn't seem necessary, but... There's Temple of Sinnoh in the hand here as well for Nick. I don't think it's a Lost Tina build. Still plays it. Here comes the Roadie for 3. All right, see what Nick can do. Gate top deck, so still living off the Pokestop. Didn't work last time. Will it work this time around? Will we find that 4th Colress? 3. Oh my gosh! Roxanne, Sableye, Saluna, she's gonna be passed back. Will Jung have the, I don't know, effective donk? Is that what you'd even call that here? There's the pass. Candy back should do it in here. Here's the concealed cards. Water Iron Bundle into the Pokestop. I don't think a Poffin is the missing piece here, so I think Jung whiffed here. Poffin can go get it on Sparse. Nope, 3rd Fridge, of course. Attach and then draw 3 with Rotom. Okay, Nick will get one more shot here. Top deck escape board. Okay, will this Pokestop use finally get us there? Oh my gosh! No Nest Ball, no Poffin, no Pokegear. If he plays Pokegear. Jeez, it's another pass. You could attach again to the... There's the pass back. Okay, do we finally see Candy Excalibur here for Jung? There it is. Candy back, slid up 2 energy. Game 1. Wait, no. Okay, there we go. I was like, we don't have the energy, but there is this appear in the hand. Dude, Jung plays so frantic. There we go. Knockout. Game 1. All right, game 2 coming up. Hopefully we see a little bit more from Nick here. The triple chorus. That was epic. That was insane. All right, yeah, we'll see. I'm curious to see what Nick chooses. I assume we're going first. I can't think of a reason to really choose second in this matchup. Let's go first. Try and set up for a turn 2 play as a Lost Zone deck, or yeah, get your Fridge backs and play whatever. All right, here we go. Oh wait, hang on, gotta get the double pile count on. My bad. I forgot about the pile count. Should have piled. I don't know. It looks like Nick is a piler. Like, maybe it was the piling that did it. I have no idea what that interaction was there from Jung on the other side. All right. There's no way Jung's pile count could be as egregious as the one from match 1. We'll see what this is. If Jung just offers the deck up after pile counting. No, there's some shuffling coming in. All right, all right. All right, looking good. Here we go. Game 2. After a quick, fairly quick. Actually, it took a couple turns. Fairly quick, though. I mean, Nick only ever put one Pokemon in play, so. Let's see what we got. I think that was a comfy start here for Nick. Now, Mulligan coming in from Jung. Nothing crazy, of course. Well, I guess except the aroma. I mean, we're familiar with Jung's deck at this point. For anyone who isn't, though, Jung is playing Dunsparce, Baxcalibur with aromas instead of Ultra Ball. I believe there's no Ultra... No, that's not true. I think there is still Ultra Balls in there, isn't there? Honestly, I haven't really noticed if there's Ultra Balls or not Ultra Balls. I want to say there's not, and it's just aromas, but there might also be Ultra Balls. Yeah, I'm not sure, actually. All right. See how quick of a game 2 we get here. Nicky's gonna Pokestop away 3 Comfy. Hopefully not. Well, I think we even have 2 Comfies here. The Rotom start here for Jung. Not what you ideally want to start, because you want to... Oh, this is a pretty good start here for Nick. Immediately into the Nest Ball to play for the Greninja. See if it's in there. There it is. I think I saw it. Maybe I saw Manaphy, though. Is it prized? Can't really tell. The Greninja might be prized. That's not what you want to see, especially because not just has like a draw power, but also it's one of your best attackers in the early game in this matchup to threaten the KO on double Frigibacks, to kind of force that third Frigibacks into play from Jung. No, I think it was there. That might have been Manaphy. I'm tripping. I'm kind of tired. I can't tell if that was Manaphy or Greninja. No, it's Greninja. Okay, okay. All right, we're good to go. So I think I saw a Dark Energy from Nick as well. So plays the Roaring Moon then, I would imagine. We saw the Temple of Sinnoh in there. All right, hold on. We'll get there. We'll get there. You got this, Nick. I believe in you. You pile count, but I still have faith. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. There we go. And into the... What? Not to the concealed cards. All right. I don't know about how I feel about that. Got to be the Prime Catcher. No question. Okay, I thought Nick was questioning it there for a second. I don't know why we didn't go into concealed cards. Maybe we only have one energy in hand. I don't know why we're not concealing some cards here if we're going to keep this energy like this, though. TM Devo versus Sableye. TM Devo is definitely interesting. I have no idea how many Sableye Nick plays. We should definitely have been concealing some cards first here, though. I can tell you that much. That should have been the first action we took there. I'm almost positive. Lots of switch cards. No Colress. Has a Cram. There's no reason to bench the Cram right now, though. Unless you're scared of Jung playing an Iono. I don't know if we want to play around Iono. But he's playing around it. I believe Jung does play a Roxanne, actually, though. But obviously that's not active yet. So no need to play around Roxanne. I don't know if Nick knows that. We know that. Actually, I don't know if you guys know that. I'm pretty confident I saw the Roxanne in the earlier matches, but actually I'm not even that confident. Let's have an S-Ball. So, I mean, we need to find... This is where it gets interesting. Like, how many Frigibacks do you even get here? Like, I guess you go for the triple Frigibacks here, right? You should just get 3 of them and put them in play. Anything spicy played this weekend? I think this deck from Jung has been the spiciest thing we've seen so far. It's the Baxcalibur with the Dunsparce. All right, concealing some cards. Is there any fridges? I see a Dunsparce in the hand. There's the Arvin. Poffin Forest on the way. So you could theoretically double Poffin for triple Fridge and the Dunsparce, I guess. I guess if you do that, though, then you're bench... Well, no, you could put the Dunsparce back in the deck and then you're unbench locked. I think that's what we're going to see here from Jung. Oh, no, not going to go for the Dunsparce. Okay, so not going to get the Dunsparce. Fill up that last bench space. Which I guess, like, if you don't find the Dunsparce, then you can't free up the bench space. No, there's the Dunsparce in hand. Wait, now I'm just kind of confused. Why would we not get the Dunsparce? What do we have a no, why would we not get a Dunsparce off the Poffin there? We have the Dunsparce in hand. We can shuffle it back in the deck next turn, draw 3 cards. That seems pretty troll. Coalish top deck. What you like to see. A couple options here from Nick. Probably just going to look for Greninja, KO2 Frigibacks, and then just kind of develop the rest of the board out from there. If you do play the Roaring Moon, you could go Roaring Moon, KO Rotom. But I think you'd rather go with that Greninja play here. Actually, honestly, Roaring Moon, KO Rotom doesn't seem terrible, but... We're up to 4 now. We'll need to pull off triple Comfy this turn, or get Vacuum involved to actually get up to the 7. But I believe has Gate Water in hand, so it really is just needs to get to 7 and get the Greninja in the active to get the 2 prize turn. Yep, here we go. There's a Poffin. Ooh, but at the expense of another Super Rod. Goes with the Super Rod immediately. We still need one more here, though. If we were taking the Poffin, we had it there. Oh, wait, we have Vacuum TM Devo here. That would get us, that still gets us there. Orchid Nest Ball for another Comfy. And I think there's at least 2 switch cards. I think there's 2 switch cards in the hand here. But it looks like the TM Devo is going to be the route to take. TM Devo, Vacuum it. Boom, boom. Get up to the 8 in the Lost Zone now. And then Gate is live. Playing the Rod. Is there water in the discard pile? Just for 1 Psychic? What? Wait, what? What? How many energy are prized? Wait, what? Wait, what does this deck play? There was literally no other energy in the deck? At first I thought they were trolling with the Rod play. Like that was just a mistake. But this deck plays like... Is it like 3 Psychic, 4 Water? And then there's like... 2 Psychics and a Water prized? There's a Water in hand. Oh no, we need that to attach return. Wait, what? This deck plays like no energy. So it plays no energy, no Iron Hands, no Roaring Moon. Bringing up the Thick Fridge. What does this deck even play? So this deck doesn't have an answer to Iron Hands. Unless it does. It probably plays Ursaluna. But if we see an Iron Hands like this turn, I don't think this deck has an answer to Iron Hands like a turn 2 Iron Hands. Huh. It's just Sableye Greninja. So it's like that Sablezard deck. Oh no, I guess you could. That's not true actually. You could answer an early Iron Hands because you can put all the energy in play. You could put a lot of energy on Ursaluna, but it could get awkward, I guess. You see 3 Water away, probably like a 4/3 split with 1 prize each. Yeah, kind of a shot. I didn't expect that. That's interesting. I thought it was gonna be like more like a kind of like a Hedrick build, but it's like Sablezard with Greninja is like the best way to describe it. I feel like Sablezard but with Greninja. All right, here we go. from Jung. The Super Rod is happening. Getting back the fridges. Do we even have an attack setup for this turn? We did go Luminion for the Irida here, so I hope we have like a decent play here. Honestly, it might just be like Candy Backs KO Greninja. We'll see. I think either Candy Backs is in the hand. I'm almost positive. Ideally, we would want to attack with the Iron Hands, but it is a retreat. Oh, into Greninja KO double Comfy. That's pretty good. Oh, that does work here. Yeah. There's no Mana Fear or anything like that to protect the bench. I don't think we've used concealed cards. We maybe should have concealed cards before we actually did this sequence here, to be honest. I'm actually not sure. No, we didn't. We should have concealed cards before we retreated there for sure. Yeah, no, it's pretty good though. Boom, load them up. Knock out the 2 Comfies. Okay, now what is even the best play here? So there's Luminion on the bench, there's Rotom on the bench. Both those are great targets. Honestly, just attacking with Greninja here would be a fine play. If you just have like Rod Gate here and then Greninja the Rotom and the Luminion, I think that's all you really need to do here. And then go after those to close out the game. It seems fine to me. But Nick's going into the nest ball. I have a feeling he's going to get a Comfy then. Oh, wait. Is there any Comfies there? Oh, there's one. Okay. Comfy and a Sableye. And the question is, what are we looking for after that as well? The more I think about it, the less I like that Prime Catcher being used from Nick. I don't know. You're going like for some kind of like stall play there, I guess, a little bit. Switch card to the Comfy. There's a switch card. There's a gate. I think there is. I don't know if there is a super on the hand. The attack with Greninja here seems decent to me, to be honest. Because you can punch the Rotom, you can punch Luminion, and set both those up to be like Sableye and crammed and stuff like that. Of course, I don't know if Nick has a boss left. There's a counter catcher in hand, which you would be able to use next turn if Jung does take a knockout. But if Jung goes like Iron Hands knockout, then you're going to be in trouble. Especially if the play this turn is like Cram Punch, then you're just not cooking. There's a Rod in hand. I see the Rod. Is there a way to move the Comfy? Also, like, where does that play lead us? If we can punch the Luminion, punch the Rotom, how good of a play is that? Nick seems pretty indecisive here. He's going to have to make a move here soon, though. You don't want to get a slow play warning. Come on, Nick. Make a move. Honestly, at this point, he probably should get some kind of prompt or warning from the judges, though. It's just taking a while. Gives up the Mirage Gate. What else do we have in this hand? So there's no Greninja play coming this turn, even though it was available. There was Rod Gate. There's going to be a Cram Punch into the Greninja? This can't be good enough. Is the Iron Hands available for Jung? I feel like if the Iron Hands happens, this game is basically over. Jung doesn't have that big of a hand. Very little draw power on board. There's a Pokestop top deck, though. That, of course, could lead to some big things. The Lightning Energy is already set up in the discard pile. So we're just a superior nest ball away. Goes into the Chien-Pao Prime Catcher on the Comfy. Ooh, so not a great... I think, is it just going to be Chien-Pao for 2 energy, KO Comfy? That might be all Jung has here. So Jung's follow-up is not anything spectacular. I think still definitely better than what we saw from Nick on that last turn. There we go. Going down to 3 prize cards remaining. Back over to Nick. Still no supporter for Nick. Does have the Ursaluna and a Super Rod in hand. So is like pretty close. To be able to KO this Chien. I don't. Do you even want to KO this Chien-Pao? I don't even know if you want to KO this Chien-Pao here though. You could. You could KO it. You could. Nick taking account of some resources here. I don't think anything is like extremely gone here for Jung though. I don't think anything is like super low on resources here. It's gonna be the Cram Push. There's a Chorus top deck that's big. Oh, there's Poffins and Super Rod and Water Energy. That can be concealed cards. If we take a Poffin, we could recover some. Definitely get rid of the Sinnoh. So get rid of one Sinnoh, one Poffin here. Seems like the move. Still just kind of taking account of everything. Gives up on double Poffin there. Then what's going to be the play? You could attack with Greninja this turn, theoretically. You could KO Greninja plus Frigibax. And then try an Ursaluna for the last two, I guess. Here comes the concealed cards. There's Sableye and a Skateboard. I don't know if there's... Do we have a Mirage Gate at this point? I don't know if we could actually get a Psychic Energy even if we wanted to. So it might just be Cram Punch again here. Then Jung can definitely get the return knockout with Chien-Pao, or most likely be able to do that. Go down to 2 prize cards remaining. I guess like one of the problems with like ever punching Luminion is Luminion could just get shuffled back into the deck actually. We probably never want to do that. All right, Super Rod coming in from Nick. Is just getting the energy, but is not actually interacting with them with a gate. I assume with the shuffling going on here. So just wants the odds of like top decking one for concealed cards, I guess. And it's gonna be that Cram Punch. Nick's really cooking here though. Oh, we have Counter Catcher actually. We could Counter Catcher this turn. Goes after the Baxcalibur. Just gonna get a punch in there. Could even get stuck actually here, to be honest. I didn't even realize Counter Catcher was live right now, but it is. We're gonna go for a punch for 110. And honestly, this could get stuck here. Jung does have a Pokestop, but oh, is that a top deck superior? Well, I mean that's good enough. That'll do it. But there is the threat of Greninja next turn from Nick to KO Frigibax and Baxcalibur, trapping Jung out of being able to attack. Oh, but that's an Irida. That can be Candy Bax. And the TM Devo's gone here. It was discarded or lost zoned earlier from Nick to get up to 7 or whatever. So Candy Bax, protect the Frigibax here, can come out from Jung. Does Nick have a Sableye left? Yes, Nick has a Sableye in hand. So you can go Sableye, KO, Bax, KO Greninja. What's like 5, 6, 7. 12, 7. I don't even know how we could like close it out like that though. All right, here comes the Superior. Still could concealed cards as well actually to draw a card or two. Yeah, you can still draw a card here with concealed cards and then still be able to take a knock on the active. And even overload the Chien-Pao a little bit just to prep. Here's the Candy Bax for the possibility of your... Well, no, your backs aren't going to get KO'd anymore, so maybe you don't do the prepping. You could concealed, though. There's a concealed. Another Superior. That's pretty good for next turn. Here comes the attachment, and then here comes the knockout. No energy in play. Oh, there's no energy on the Rotom still, I guess. Probably want to keep that around as a pivot, though. All right, Nestball top deck from Nick. Does have the Ursaluna in hand, but no energy for the Ursaluna. Honestly, I think Nick's hand... Sableye into Bear now. 2 prizes turn for a win. Yeah, that works, right? Sableye into the Bear would work. Of course, nothing is forcing Jung to attack with the Chien-Pao in the active. And the Counter Catcher is gone now. But maybe Nick plays multiple Counter Catcher or maybe a boss. But we did just play that Counter Catcher on the last turn. Doesn't even have the Sableye available right now. The Sableye play. I think we're going to have to see a Nest Ball into a Comfey. And then retreat to Comfey and hope that Comfey like finds Chorus, which leads to like a bigger sequence of cards here. Or maybe just get... He's eyeing up Cram. But Cram doesn't do enough here, right? Am I tripping? You Cram punch the active, Yung just has to go attack to win. So you have to hope Yung whiffs an attack in that sequence. Maybe you're hoping to hit the Roxanne or something? I guess the only thing I can think about here is that you're hoping to hit the Roxanne. Maybe if there's another counter catcher in the hand here right now from Nick, you could counter catcher up the other back Excalibur. Oh, wait, that's what you could go for here, actually, as Nick. You can counter catcher. Oh, no, wait, but you don't have the counter catcher. It's just a punch on the active. That's just not enough, right? Here's another Superior. It's back 4. I think Yung thought he had win. He was playing so aggressively there. I'm almost positive Yung thought he just won the game. We definitely want to get concealed cards involved here. For sure. Let's draw some cards. Slow down. Catch some Pokestops. Has been really disciplined with not putting those in play. I think it's correct here for sure. Just holding back on him. Good Super Rod and Shiver Chill here and load up more energy in play. Cramorant is the attacker. Don't mess with the Cram. Alright. Yung slowing down. It's alright. Let's be efficient on our turn. Maybe now we're thinking about the Super Rod. Has another Superior. Oh, might be just getting in there with the Superior actually instead. Nope, just goes for the knockout. Leaves 2 on the active. Okay, there's no way for Nick to win this turn. I think Nick's whole sequence here has to start with the top deck. I'm pretty sure Nick's hand is still basically dead. Nick's whole plan is to put a bear in, take 2. Well, I mean, currently, yeah. Nick's only plan is to hit with bear, unless there's a top deck. The top deck is canceling Cologne, so it has to be punch with Ursaluna. Is there 2 Ursalunas in that hand there for Nick? There it is. Yung wins with a Chien-Pao and some energy. But I don't think Yung has a Chien-Pao here. Pushes up back Excalibur. Oh, but there's the Iron Bundle. Do we have 3 energy? Superior 2. That's it. The bundle into the backs hit, and that is it. Yung wins with the Dunsparce back Excalibur deck. Congratulations.